Okay, here we go. I've turned down the music. That's a terrible music. No wonder it's free. And no one even bothers with it. Hello everyone and welcome to a Variable Productivity live stream. I am your host, Rotalice. The 2 is not that loud. Not that loud actually. Pretty chill. The 2 is chill. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Around the country and across the world, or however that's actually supposed to go. Let's turn this way down. Alright. Is my stream actually up? Let's go to my YouTube channel and see how it's going. Excellent. Alright. It's watching me, myself, and I real quick, just to see what I sound like. Alright. It's watching me, myself, and I real quick, just to see hey, that's good to hear. Like. Thanks for letting me know, Joshua Simonson. Yeah, I'm doing a VPL, kind of making up for the, watching me, myself, and the fact that, I hadn't really... Alright, well, sheesh. I guess. Enjoy your stream, Joshua Simonson. Unfortunately, I can't watch your stream while doing my stream. It's just... It's against the rules, you know? It's illegal. And I don't want to go to jail. And I don't want you to go to jail. For streaming while someone else is streaming. Watching a stream. Whatever, go ahead and ignore that last comment. It's pretty dumb. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a short VPL tonight. I think I'm going to be getting some work done on some commissions and doing some voice work that I was supposed to do a long time ago. I never got around to doing because I'm lazy. I think that's pretty much the reason. Sorry, I have to leave now. I have a good stream. Thank you. You have a good stream, alright? You don't tell me how good my stream should be. I'm the king of streams. What's the name of this thing? It's called, just a second. I need to do a couple of things. First off, turn off the night light that is on my computer. That's no good for my eyes right now. I need to be able to see full color. I'm going to open up... on the off chance that anyone actually is awake to watch this stream. Excuse me, sorry. Oh my lord, my back. Great. Una momento. Building. We'll find it later. Just a moment here while I change some things up. I'm going to go to my usual places and share my stream with folks. Is there any way to... I can't edit that. Right. Hello, and welcome. Hey, Alex gameplay. Says RIP. And who is with me in the chat today? Probably Cryo, but I don't want to assume. I will though.
You are partially correct.
Oh wow, no, I'm way wrong though.
No, I said you were partially correct. Just look at the other person here.
Oh, okay.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
We're crashing your stream.
Oh, it's just Sean. No, it's Mega. Never mind. Jeez, sorry about that. It doesn't even sound like I'm getting you confused. Hello, Mega Lega Luigi. Welcome to the Variable Productivity live stream after dark, after hours.
Wait, guys. This is a VPL after dark?
Yes, but I think there might be a problem with what you think is about to happen. Because we have thoroughly exhausted all of the Goyle topics that you brought up in every other's freaking stream that we've been on. So,
oh, I don't think we've talked about.
Come up with some
I don't
new
think
material. Like
I don't
adults.
think. Okay, hold on. First off, we're not adults here.
Well, I am.
What are you doing here?
We're not, Rotalice. You stop lying to yourself.
Hello, Alex McGee gameplay. How are you going?
McGay.
That's not what I said. Just a second. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I was flossing.
I love how Alex's last name is actually McGee. I always think about that from time to time. It's like the most fake-sounding last name.
It sounds real to me.
But it's a surname.
Yeah, that's what a last name. Okay, so today I'm going to be working on some. Hello? Someone fall out of their chair? You all right?
No. I accidentally bumped my desk right here, and my mic was moving around, and I dropped my 3DS. I've been playing Pokemon, okay?
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, well, Persona Q2 came out today, but technically it didn't because I called all around. Every GameStop doesn't have it. And if you go to the eShop, you can't even download the game, and you can't find the DLC for the game at all.
Sonic what?
Yesterday, Persona Q2 came out, and no one has gotten their copy of the game because for some reason, I don't know, Sega, what happened? They didn't send out copies or some crap? I don't know. But Amazon is the only one giving out their games, which sucks. So I come home expecting TSR and that game, only to see that I only have TSR at home. I'm mad, so I'm like, you know what?
You only got TSR.
Let me call up every GameStop to make sure that they have this. It's like, no, they don't. Like, none of them do. None of them in my area whatsoever. So I go to the eShop. I'm like, the DLC still isn't there, and the eShop still isn't updated. What's going on here?
Right. And how do they respond to that? What do they say? They said, no, leave us alone?
Oh, basically, some guy at GameStop's gonna hook me up tomorrow, and I'm gonna pick up the game because he has a copy, and he's giving me his. Yeah, that's happening. That's the only way that I can get the game. People who pre-ordered the game, they didn't even get their copies, other than people who ordered on Amazon. I'm not joking.
Well, I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm sorry to hear that you didn't get the game
early, which is even funnier. Yeah.
As long as you find some form of humor in that, I suppose everything's all right. I'm gonna delete all these. These aren't necessary.
Like, yeah, that's painful.
So, Rotalice wants us to have a VPL after dark where we don't talk about Goyles and Spyro. So, I was thinking we could talk about.
Continue. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was gonna talk about something else we could talk about, but then you interrupted me. So let's talk about the Goyles again.
No.
So
what was the other thing you were going to talk about? I'm genuinely interested in that. And the other thing you were talking about. I think I'm actually sick of the other topic. To the point that you're about to get banned. No, I'm kidding.
I'm about no, you're not gonna get banned. I'm going to dox you.
I don't know. I don't have any of your information.
Well, you just need to find my name in a phone book somewhere.
That's how it works.
But new Pokemon game. Did you see that, Rotalice?
I didn't. I unfortunately don't follow the Pokemon as much as the average bear, so you'll have to tell me all about it.
Well, okay. Well, Raichu is the new mascot. We were talking about this, right, Mega?
That's interesting.
Not entirely. Let's just say that there's a new mechanic that was basically introduced through Raichu.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'll say that. What is it?
It's something. It's something called Dynamax, where you basically your Pokemon gets really big and then can use really big attacks in a kaiju fight against another big Pokemon.
You think this kaiju culture has gotten too big You think it's taking the world by storm? You know, it started in America, and now it's all over the place. I'm kidding, of course. That is a joke. Don't at me, you fools.
Speaking of like kaiju in Pokemon, you can basically reenact freaking Godzilla because Tyranitar and Hydreigon can go freaking Dynamax.
Hello, PJ Square.
Because if any Pokemon can go Dynamax, and that means that those two can.
So to answer your question, it's probably going to go to about midnight, depending on how much stuff I end up getting done. And we're really going to try to get some work done on these commissions of mine. I've let them fall far behind. These things are supposed to go up not only for for the person who bought it, but also the patrons who frequently, you know, are on my page. You know, they don't have new content every month. Now, I'm aware that not all Patreon people do that every month, but I like to keep myself to a standard where I put out something every month. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep that up, but it is the goal. So, today we were talking about big, gigantic Raichus, apparently, and how it's taken the world by storm. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation, but I did want to answer the question that was in the chat.
Well, you know, it's my job to read these things, right?
A duty that you are frequently derelict in, so I won't even go, you know, to that extreme.
Okay. But okay, time to talk about Pokemon because it's a VPL After Dark, and as we all know, VPL After Darks are always filled with Pokemon conversations, all two of them.
Apparently.
So,
hey Carla, I'm not sorry, Luigi man. Jeez.
So, yeah, let's talk about these thick Raichus. So, basically, would you rather I talk about Goyles or the thickness?
I don't know, man. You got me in a bind here. I'm not sure which one thing I want to hear about less. So what's this thick Raichu? Is it just a large dynamo?
It's basically just Raichu, just a big Raichu. It's not like he's fat or anything like that. I'll just
like the.
I mean, you're animating right now, so I don't think I could just send you an image. But just imagine Raichu. The Raichu model just enlarged. And there you go.
All right.
No width or height. I guess
in proportion to himself. Right?
There we go. Yeah. No unequal.
Somebody held the shift key down when using the transform tool.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Luigi man, and Cryo, and who else is speaking? This is Mega Lego Luigi. EX, one of our premier members on our server. He is a voice actor. He plays Tails, actually, in our game.
Oh.
Or should we call him Miles? No, we're all friends here. So yeah, glad he came out. There's a lot of Luigi man waves a little bit. Fine.
Alright. One other thing to talk about.
To the game, but there's just nothing to do that I want to show right now.
Time to talk more about. Oh, Alex, you're trying to say something? You're really quiet.
Why is there only Zappic Team Sonic Racing?
Oh, I know you're upset about that. Oh, also Alex McGee gameplay is in the chat. Sorry.
Where is that? Where is he? Where is he?
I'm hearing Alex ask a lot of questions that I don't understand. He wants to know
where Zaz is. He wants to know, of course, where his number one favorite character of all time, Xena, is. He wants to know about where all the other, I guess, Deadly Six are in that game, as they could definitely fill an entire team, 2 teams on their own, since there are 6 of them. That's a good question.
PJ says, yes, I'm familiar with the hymn. Let me hear the Tails voice. And he also says, hi, Alex. So, PJ says to Mega, he wants to hear the Tails voice.
Oh.
His voice is normal voice.
I mean, it's a teenage Tails. teenager with a deep voice, so I can't do a. I can do a Sonic, help me, but nah, that's kind of it. I don't wanna kill my throat by doing that.
By all
It's your
means,
voice-
murder the throat.
Voice guy.
We don't.
Yeah, sure. No.
Zero
no, I'm not- I'm
Neo
not
says,
crying.
"Hi guys."
Hello, Zero Neos.
Oh,
So,
Welcome to the Variable Productivity live stream. Frequently interrupted by all these guys. Don't you like that?
frequently interrupted. We bring life to these live streams.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Uh-oh. Is Alex McGee gameplay calling you out? Is he getting too big for his britches? Is it
We
time
don't
to
bring
fight?
life
Is this Alex McGee's Dynamax form?
We don't bring the live to live streams. We bring the live streams to life.
Oh, look
We
at
do.
that. Semantics.
Semantics. I'm Sonic. Sonic the Semantics.
Sonic the Cement. Well, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to say. That sounded like something else, and I don't even want to get into it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, currently a lot of the things that are on the game project, I'm not currently working on that
Sonic the
tonight.
Hedgehog.
Ugh.
In my life.
Well, I don't want to die. That's not what I was going
Who
with.
needs their bacon saved?
I don't even eat bacon. You know I'm a vegetarian.
Hey! Hey, I
I
said
eat
that.
snowflakes like you for breakfast. Wait,
Oh
is
god.
snowflake
Sonic
a
doesn't-
vegetable? I'm not sure. I'm generally confused about that.
Why is
Basically.
Sonic-
I mean, honestly, I rarely eat. I don't know what food is. I don't need food. I'm the ultimate life form. I'm an android. I can live forever.
So a life form could not be an android, as an android is not alive. So I suppose.
No. Yeah, that would mean. I was gonna say Dragon Ball, but no, they're definitely cyborgs. Oh.
They got people parts in them, so it makes them relatable to the audience. People aren't
It's like,
walking
oh,
around
you've got like human parts in you. You've got like organs. I can relate to you on a very deep physical level.
on an atavistic level. I can relate to you. So okay, thanks, understood. Save the voice. Hi, Zero Neos. Okay, great.
Are you the only one who can believe your lies?
All right. Does anyone but you believe your lies? Get it right, dang it.
No.
Does anyone but you believe your lies?
Well, yes, Silver. They were made for me specifically, as I am using the what's
No,
it called?
you're a lie.
Phantom
I'm
Ruby.
trying. I am trying to convince myself that I'm not weak. I feel like if I say it enough times, it'll be real.
I used to tell myself I wasn't weak, and then I just realized it doesn't matter how weak I am, because at least I'm not a jerk like Shadow. You want to die?
I'm Silver. I came from 200 years in the future.
You want me to tear those legs off?
You can't explain this. This is
I'll
TSR.
do it one
We
by
don't-
one.
We just needed an
One
excuse.
by one.
What are you saying? I can't hear you, Alex. You're like, are you just turned down? Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, I'm Silver. I'm from like 200 years in the future.
No, you're
Yeah,
all the
we
way
can
up.
do that apparently because freaking Team Sonic Racing. We don't need explanation. We don't need explanations for that because
Yeah.
Forces didn't know how Silver got there either. It's
Silver
like,
just,
oh man,
as far as I know,
that's the case. Came here
actually,
from the
I just assumed that Silver lived in that time in Forces, but in TSR, he clearly came from the future, because he talks about it.
He came back from the future, but
After I watched Blaze die, I figured I'd come back.
Silver, basically any appearance that Silver has appeared in, it's basically him coming back to the future
Back to the past?
for just whatever reason. Back to the past, yeah, back from the future. For whatever random reason. In most games, let's see, 06, Rivals, and even Forces, if you read the freaking prequel comics,
Which, okay.
it's that, oh, there's like some bad future, and apparently whatever is involved in said game
Wait,
is what caused the bad future.
people say
And then in Colors DS, I think, I don't know, and in TSR, he just and also Generations, he just shows up because he was just dragged into this mess.
people said in in Rivals, he was just there. He wasn't from the future or anything.
No, he was. In Rivals, he was definitely said, I came to see, you know, your roller
Exactly.
coasters and stuff. He definitely came from the future in Rivals. He
Rivals
just
are colors.
didn't have a reason to come that mattered. He was just like,
In
I'm not here to kill you.
Rivals, he came because Eggman Nego was kidnapping Chow. Or
Oh.
actually, no, that was Rivals 2. Rivals was because he was.
I love to think Silver just now tries to think of excuses to come to the past.
Because
like,
his future
oh, Silver,
sucks.
what's wrong? My future sucks. It
like,
never works.
Silver-
Judgment Day is inevitable.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Silver. Why don't you just try to work on your current present? That's too much work. Then why don't you just live in the past?
I want to run away from my problems.
I don't deal with my problems. I, you know, put them on other people. That's kind of my character. If you haven't picked up on it yet, I'm not a really good. I'm not a role model in any way. I'm not a good person.
No, it's like I run away from my problems. Why would you do that, Silver? Well, I don't know why, but I remember like this faint voice in my head every now and then, where anytime something bad happens, I don't know why I remember it. It's just something I heard. I don't remember it completely, but I remember the faint voice of some annoying loudmouth enunciating guy saying, "If you have time to worry, then run." And I really took that to heart.
Well, that's a
TSR
long
is
way
too
from
easy.
small.
Switches the difficulty to hard mode, literally makes it
Yikes.
through the entire
Silver, you okay?
every single lap in first place, only to be cut off at the last second by Shadow.
I
and
hear
suddenly
TSR
it
appears,
teleports
says
right in front
Scarlet.
of you, and then you're in 7th place.
You try to be in
That
character
actually
right now.
happened, by the way. Shadow just teleported right in
So are you talking about how
Like-
TSR, a game for literal children,
the rest of
is
his
too
team
easy?
and other teams teleported right in front of me. I don't know how that happened.
Alex is all about that anime rhythm game life. It's really difficult.
It puts
He's not used to easy
I'm not
games.
joking. I'm not joking. I was doing so good.
All
on
right.
hard mode, and they just decided to put me in 7th place at the last second. I
They
didn't
did
get
it
hit
out
or
of
anything.
spite because you said the game was too easy. They're like, okay, well, how about
No,
this?
I didn't
How
do
about
anything. I
this?
didn't get hit. I didn't get hit at all. I literally just had everyone teleport right in front of me, out of nowhere. As
that's-
in,
You
literally.
played online or were you playing local? That happens
They're
online all the
gone.
time.
Yeah, weird things happen online. I was able to catapult Silver into another dimension. It was really fun.
No, I wasn't online. I was offline.
That's
Yeah.
worse. Maybe you should.
The CPU intentionally screws you over and puts you in 7th place.
I don't
It's
think.
weird.
I don't think. It
Okay, Alex, that's really bad. I think you should start rubbing peanut butter on that disc and see if it'll work properly.
Yeah, maybe that'll help. Why would you rub peanut
Then
butter on your disc?
Then on
Also,
normal, I'm always in 1st place. But it's always Shadow that literally teleports right in front of me for some reason. It's weird. It happens
chaos
like 3 times.
control.
Yeah, Swiss roll.
PJ says, gotta go, guys. Carry on with the fun.
I think the rubber banding
We're
in
not
this
having
game
any
is
fun.
broken. That's
Oh,
how
it's-
that happened.
It's like the worst. I will agree with you on that. I just see characters bouncing all over the place. It's like, is there any consistency to this? It's like, no. You just have to
The rubber
race the
banding.
fastest. And
The
that's the
rubber
thing. Like,
banding.
I don't choose many other different character types because there's like literally no benefit in being anything other than a speed character in this game.
Well, I'd say in some courses, like say the Wisp circuit, you can get that one pathway by smashing through like those construction barrier things as like a power type character. You get like a speed boost, or like in that lava.
You don't lose momentum if you get hit.
I don't use
Yeah.
Sonic.
And that one lava level in the Haluska area, the Cool Edge area, the technique characters are really useful for that since you can drive over like the lava and stuff like that.
I
don't
guess,
use
but then
some-
also you can
use
just be
beta.
fast and to avoid it. But no, I see what you're saying. Like there are some
If you're going
places.
too fast and you,
I would like it if, like, when you put a slipstream down as a technique character, people could follow you over the lava. I don't think it works that way though.
It's literally just turbulence from Riders, but retooled. Seriously, you can ride on it just like turbulence. It's just
We're not having fun. Such a joker. Yeah, I mean, I never.
That was a
have
joke.
fun. I'm a weak-willed, sad boy. I'm kidding. No.
You know,
who's in first
can't
place?
have fun.
Shadow. Of course it would be him. Shadow. No.
You're currently playing right now.
You cannot skip me. You cannot skip me.
I'm
Shadow,
guessing he
please
is
don't
playing.
don't do this to me.
I'm assuming you have the Switch version, Alex?
No.
No? What do you have it on?
Ew. I'm not getting a Switch.
Wow. Very, very anti-Switch in here. I don't know if I can handle that. If the chat's ready for an anti-Switch player.
As we all know, the TSR is always available on the Switch version. You know, Alex, you could be getting frustrated with TSR, or you could get frustrated with TSR anywhere on the Switch version.
Yeah, you could definitely just go out and be in public and be mad at Switch. TSR there.
Shadow teleported in front of me again, and I used the rocket to push him back.
Hey, Luigi Man has the Switch version. He's also asking if anyone wants to play Smash with him, but we're all super busy sitting around talking about Team Sonic Racing, the superior title, obviously.
I mean, I played more, like, I feel like Starlet, and, well, I played more Team Sonic Racing Online than I had Smash because I don't have the online for Switch. I'm waiting for Pokemon Thick to come out for the Switch later this year.
Sword and Thick block.
No, it's Pokemon Thick and Thin.
Ew, I don't like that one. That's bad.
I guess that's one way of describing a sword and a shield.
Thick and stick.
Thick and stick. Yeah, that works.
Okay, that just sounds weird.
Well,
Pokemon Thick and Stick.
of course it sounds weird. It's wrong. Everything
It
that
makes
is
no
wrong.
sense.
That makes perfect sense. What are you talking about, young man?
Thick and Stick.
Everyone, why did they make them look like the freaking the adventure freaking models, dude?
What are you even talking about? No one looks like they're
Alex
adventure
is
models.
ranting.
Alex just hates everything.
Knuckles' face is literally just like from SA1, no joke. Look at it. It's like, dude,
It is nothing like that.
I don't agree
Tail.
with that at all.
That's from SA2. His face is literally like freaking SA2 model in Sonic. Well, Sonic doesn't look like anything. He actually, you know,
He looks like
different.
Sonic. He looks like movie Sonic. That's what he looks like. That's what they wanted. That's what they were going for.
I'm really glad the Sonic movie, is turning out the way it is because, like, they got to know Sonic's best catchphrase. When Sonic is distressed, it's all about, they really did their homework about, like, the modern games. Whenever Sonic is in distress, aka dying, or confused, like he's in the movie, he says, meow!
Yeah. Well. He does say
meow.
that.
I'm serious right now.
Well.
Start up TSR.
I'm not going to.
Pause the game and look at Knuckles' render
You need
and
to
look at
stop telling me
Tails'
what to do.
render. And you
I
know
don't
what
like
I'm
it.
talking
Makes
about.
me angry.
Alex, I don't appreciate when people tell me what to do.
I get real mad, man. I get real trigger. You know what I'm saying? Real trigger. I don't like it. Need y'all to stop triggering me over here in my chat. I will fight you in public, in the street. We'll do it Greco-Roman style.
I will fight you in public, in the street, as soon as you give me your home address.
Yeah, my home address is 123. Catch these hands.
I'm gonna.
Okay, Kyle, which is your favorite?
That's not an actual address.
Yeah, it is. It's the address of the FBI.
FBI, open up.
123. Catch these hands. 123. You're under. 123. FBI, open up. That's what it is. FBI, open up.
I don't know why that's funny.
The FBI memes are particularly funny, and it makes no sense. Like, it's like, it's just some of the weirdest things have come of that. It's like, why is that so funny? Why is the idea of, like, a police
what do you think is
monitoring
superior? The FBI open up or the ladies and gentlemen, we got him?
I think FBI open up is more funny.
Listen,
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I don't know exactly what it's in reference to, but the FBI open up is always just like,
It's in reference to what? It's in reference to the War on Terror.
Oh, you're talking about when they got Saddam Hussein, and they're like, "Yeah, we got him now." You know, hey, remember when you said we'd never get him? No one ever said that. We were talking about Osama. What? Who's that? I mean, jeez.
We don't need to worry about him.
We got this guy. We got this dude who is entirely not involved in anything that actually matters. I'm gonna go ahead and make it about this.
I'm sure this will have no negative repercussions.
None whatsoever. What's this I is stuff you keep sending me?
I is.
Is. That's what I meant to say.
What is?
That doesn't matter. No one cares about that. We got Osama. We got freaking Saddam Hussein because he had weapons of mass destruction. He didn't. Well, we got him anyway. So like,
whoopsie.
Looks like this. Whoopsie. Yeah. No negative repercussions. We're not in a quagmire at all. Everyone's happy. It's great. All right, I'll grab. I shouldn't put this much stuff in the hair because it's only making this more complicated and not working properly.
You know those Sonic heads?
Oh,
In the
let's see here. Luigi Man said, "Okay, Cryo, what is your favorite Gen 8 Pokemon?" What's that thing's name? The Raven. What's the Raven?
Spiro.
Oh, I'm forgetting. No. Oh, Mega's muted. Mega's muted. I thought he was gonna say what it was. What is it? Mega.
Choji Amachi.
Corviknight.
My favorite.
It's Corviknight.
Corviknight, yes.
Okay, nerd. So I'm the first to know these names.
Shoji Akamichi is my favorite.
He said it's Akamichi is his favorite. That's cool, says Hokabochi. My favorite Gen 8 Pokemon is Pikachu.
Peasant.
Oh my
What is this normie doing in our chat?
I don't know. Making it possible. Being in charge of it. Let's see here. I saw the Pokemon movie and it was aggressively okay. Like, for a video game movie, I think it's actually done a good job. But as a movie, it's alright.
Detective Pikachu, the movie that was overhyped that no one went to see.
People went to see it.
I'd say a lot of people went to see that movie, Alex. What are you talking about?
Let's look at its box office real quick.
I heard that the opening night was even in competition with
I don't think the thing even beat
I thought you were about to say Endgame for
I was going to too. I'm like, don't lie to us, all right? You know it didn't.
Yo, I don't think the thing even beat out Tomb Raider, as in the new Tomb Raider or Lara Croft's Tomb Raider.
Oh wow, it's not like wow. I'm surprised Pokemon beat Tomb Raider.
Let's see here. Okay, so domestic is
weekend.
its total gross, lifetime gross so far is $132 million, $875,930. So not bad. I don't know exactly what its opening box office. What was that? Opening weekend, it was second. Opening weekend, it was $54 million. It was.
I think it got beat out by John Wick, if I'm correct.
Well, I don't think they came out at the same time. John Wick is a newer movie. This movie came out.
No, not John Wick. It was another
June. Look at the chart. All time.
Isn't that like? Did Dark Phoenix come out already, or is that later this month?
Yeah, it opened up at 54 million. Dark Phoenix came out just recently. People have already.
It did. It just did. I thought it was coming out like later this month.
It might be coming out later this month. I've just been seeing reviews of it, so maybe it's not out yet. But
maybe it was early
showing.
Following
it.
Hey guys.
Oh, never mind.
Everybody ready for your favorite buddy cop movie? Sonic. The competition.
Apparently,
the buddy cop movie, Detective Pikachu.
That's not even competition.
That's
whatever Sonic
June
the
7th.
Hedgehog will make. June 7th? Oh yeah, so it's not out.
That's
2 days.
Dark
Friday.
Phoenix.
On that weekend though, I'm gonna go and see Godzilla finally because I've been meaning to watch that. I got a message from someone. Oh, that's somebody else. But
No, seriously, that's kind of funny though. Actually, it's like, how do you end up with two buddy cop movies based on like video games?
oh, very easily. It's a tried and true what's it called? Formula. People use it all the time. It's not original in any way.
It's really hard. It's really hard to mess up.
Yeah, it's really hard to mess it up because it's a dynamic that people.
Which is why the Sonic movie is so intriguing.
Because they're gonna find a way to mess it up. They just like, oh, we're redoing everything. Like, yeah, sure, fine, but also it's not gonna be if that movie makes anywhere near what Detective Pikachu made. I'll actually be kind of sad because that means that guarantees they're gonna make another one. It's like, oh, you like that? We're gonna bring in Knuckles and Tails and everybody. Everybody.
And imagine this: a real life version of Blaze the Cat.
Oh gosh.
No.
What sounds does a hedgehog make?
Guys, remember, a Sonic movie sequel isn't bound to happen because Jim Carrey doesn't do sequels.
Well, that's fine.
Oh no! I
If he
just thought of
comes
a
full
real.
Eggman, they could just replace him with
I just thought.
a digital
just-
Robin Williams. Or Will Smith could be Eggman. No. That wasn't
I'm not Eggman. I'm Eggman from another dimension.
No, I just thought. Yeah, I'm thinking of Will Smith going, "Ha ha! Get a load of
Blaze
this."
is in it. Blaze is in it because obviously.
Oh no! Does that mean we could get a rap, a hip hop or rap cover of Eggman's theme from Sonic Adventure 2?
All right, so Luigi Man is saying, well, we don't know how Sonic movie is going to turn because it's being delayed until 2020. Yeah, it is. It's being delayed, but then a lot of movies that have been delayed have not usually turned out to be very good. If you remember, what's it called? G.I. Joe, that sequel that they made that they were going to release like an entire year before, and then it just like came out way later, and it wasn't that great.
If
There's
they're
been a
just
couple
gonna
of
give
movies.
Sonic gloves, if they're just gonna give Sonic gloves, and that's the reason why it's delayed, then that's understandable. I guess like rigging gloves is hard. Because that's not like a texture swap. That's like legitimately like changing the hands and stuff like that.
That's literally Shift D. No. Yeah. Select hand, Shift D, and change the materials. Hide the underneath layer so that the hands don't poke through. There you go, gloves. But it's like, I think it's gonna be more extensive than that.
What about the
I feel like they're
animation?
gonna give him the Uni-Eye thing.
Gloves added.
I don't
Wouldn't
know
that
about
like
that.
alter the animation, like clipping and crap like that? That happens.
I feel like they're gonna fix his teeth because that's what people are complaining about.
He has human teeth.
I mean, it's not the teeth. It's just his face does not look like a good face. It's
He doesn't
bad.
Have, he doesn't
He's
have
got no-
hedgehog thing.
He doesn't have any kind of face. He's got like a
I would like to direct you
Weird
towards
mouth?
like Sonic X or anything that came out after Adventure 1 because he doesn't have fangs in that one. I don't get where people are coming from with that. He doesn't have hedgehog fangs. I mean, he
does.
Well, here's the deal. They're trying to go for realism, right? They wanted to make him look more like an animal, but they didn't decide to do anything with his teeth but make them look like human teeth. Like, the thing about people were like, at first complaining about Pikachu because he was too hyper-realistic, but also they liked the Pikachu model because it looks like a Pikachu. Its shape, its color scheme, everything about it is like a Pikachu. You look at that, you recognize the form. If they'd kept Sonic's form and made some alterations maybe slightly, they probably would have gotten away with it. But because they're like, no, we're going to make it like vibrant blue so it doesn't match the background that he's in.
They could have gotten away with it too, but because of these meddling executives.
I mean, I don't think it wasn't the executives, it was the directors who made these decisions. Yeah. And it was specifically them. So, like, there's, like, no way to blame them. Oh, it was the artists and whatnot. Like, no, they just did their job. Like, the people who decided what...
Like, I honestly feel bad for all of the artists working on that movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to redo everything. And it's not going to take a short amount of time. It's going to take, like, till 2020.
Like, not just that either.
You
like,
finished your
like,
job and you're going home.
imagine being...
Like, hey,
like, imagine... because we've seen that apparently Paramount hired some Sonic fans off of like Twitter and things like that, apparently to work on this movie or something like that. And I think I heard this like once or twice. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I think I heard this. But like, yeah, but even then, just imagine being a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog and having to work on that design, painstakingly creating this horrible abomination
that you don't like. Well, you're a professional; you'd have to do it. But you know, it's like, you know what? I'm about to get this.
I'm helping
real quick. I don't.
I'm gonna get this paycheck for ruin. I don't want to ruin my beloved childhood icon, but you know what? That money's looking really good right now.
Yeah, it's gonna pay for my my expensive education as a 3D artist. My mom said I wasn't gonna make it. She said that I was too free. Well, I'll show her. I'll show everybody. Plus, the Pokemon designed by a fan. Well, it was, but I mean, I don't know if the fandom part really matters. You just need to have an understanding of what the character looks like. You have to understand what people are expecting to see. Nintendo knew what they were doing when they designed Pikachu. It wasn't a fluke or an accident that led to the design of Pikachu. It wasn't like, oh, well, this seems to work. We're just gonna go with this now. It's like, no, they're like, all right, we know what people like, and then also like Pikachu. If you want to talk about realism, looked like a real animal in some ways, like, you know, because of his eyes and the way his brow would furrow. It reminded you of a dog, and his fur, the way it would, like, you know.
Yeah, it does kind of help. It does kind of help Pokemon like translating into live action, because a lot of, especially Generation 1 Pokemon, are just like animals.
It is basically animals, like, straight up. So.
Anybody remember the freaking like the fan film? Vera made that model, and it was a monstrosity.
Don't talk about Vera like that. He's not here to defend himself or beat you up about that.
No, he made that.
I take that Sonic model over what we have in the movie.
He at least looked like a little bit. You can see the Sonic in him. Let's see here. Also, don't be starting beef with our modelers. I need him to stay on the project.
I mean, there's a Pokemon concept artist and, you know, designer for the Pokemon who doesn't want, you know, fan service in anime anymore. She's like, let's ban fan service, guys. Let's stop all this. Stop this crap.
What? What is this in reference?
Wasn't it a I don't know what you're talking about. I know a fan made was hired to redesign all the Pokemon for the movie. Like, it was a fan artist. I think it was actually off of DeviantArt or something. Like, he was just brought in to redesign
before the movie.
It's horrifying, but he was able to make it cuter. So that's good.
Yeah, like, I'm fine with what they did with Pokemon. It looks nice. The character models look nice. Yeah. The jokes weren't all that funny. But that's not the point, right? They looked nice, and it was like a good way to introduce people to Pokemon who were not familiar, and you didn't have to worry about the canon of any of the other movies or the show. They could just do whatever, based on a game that most people didn't watch because it came out in Japan. Thanks, Japan.
No, it's in America. It just came out like last year.
I don't think Detective Pikachu is even connected to like the Pokemon games. It's like it's random story, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's connected only in that it has some of the same characters like Mewtwo and stuff, but that's about it. Because it's connected to actually the Pokemon, the first movie, where it's got Mewtwo breaking containment, unless it's a different Mewtwo, which I doubt.
What?
Oh,
also I doubt it's connected to the anime. But like,
you can't.
I know.
I don't like.
They're making a. I'm a bigger Pokemon fan than you. You have no say. Your opinion is wrong.
Well, I mean, that is true. You are a bigger Pokemon fan than I. I won't deny that.
But I mean, I know we're getting another theatrical. I think it's theatrical Pokemon movie sometime later next year. And it's going to be a reanimated version of the actual Pokemon, the first movie. It's going to be a 3D animated like movie. It's basically the original movie recreated shot for shot with 3D animation.
Wait, why did they call it Mewtwo Strikes Back? It's the first Pokemon movie. That makes no sense. Mewtwo.
Don't worry about it. Don't freaking worry about it. Stop asking questions that I don't want to answer. All right, jeez.
Mewtwo returns again.
Mewtwo isn't yet sick of this. YouTube strikes back.
YouTube strikes back.
YouTube copy strikes. You.
Something I did notice about Pikachu's design in Detective Pikachu the movie is that they actually included like his little like spot on his stomach, like this sort of like lighter
The lighter spot.
yellow
Yeah, that
shade.
also worked for his design
Yeah.
because he make him look like a fluffy little animal. And you're like, oh, that's cute. It's like a little, like a dog or something that people recognize, certainly recognize already. And people
but he's
like
got, like,
dogs.
Well, yeah, but that's actually I believe I don't know if the artist intended this, but like the whole fact that like it's lighter around like his lower area, like his underside, is that could actually refer back to Pikachu's original sprite design in red, blue, and green, and the original red and blue where Pikachu had like the sort of circle like design on his stomach, like this lighter yellow circle area, which is where Raichu's like white circle area on its stomach actually comes from, because the original Pikachu design had that as well. But they got rid of that after the first game.
Interesting.
Wouldn't it be funny if you could die in Team Sonic Racing? You just get hit with no rings. And
Why
then
would
you're
that be
dead.
funny? It's a game about racing and having a good time with friends
Your car
online,
just-
and you
your
got to
car
bring death
explodes.
into it. You know how
Your car just.
people are trying to be
Oh my
edgy, they
God.
put death in stuff like it doesn't belong. Like, oh, we're gonna make Kingdom Hearts edgy or something.
Someone shoots you with a rocket and you have no rings. Your car just explodes and then you respawn. It's like
That would
That's
suck.
that's
That'd
what
be-
Walt Disney was thinking when he made like freaking Bambi. It's like, okay, guys,
You're gonna
we
make
need
the
to
edgy Disney movie.
gonna kill some
respawn is
people.
like, oh, crap, I
We're gonna
didn't
put all the
check
cutest
one.
characters in it, and we're gonna kill them. We're gonna kill Bambi's mom.
When people complain that it's Sonic just with
I thought you were gonna say that Walt
with
Disney
cars.
goes up and say we're gonna kill Simba's dad. We're gonna kill Mufasa. What's Mufasa? And don't worry, I wrote like down this little note. I'm gonna save it for some other time.
For the year 1994, where I will be the Lord of the Earth. What are you talking about, Alex? You just
it's Sonic with cars. And then it's just like they literally make it Sonic with cars where you can literally die and you have to hit
Oh.
checkpoints.
that's
It's
a
like,
bad idea.
He's still talking about
I don't want-
TSR.
I don't think you should make games. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
That
I
would be
don't-
hilarious though.
I don't wanna. I don't.
Look
wanna
at Rotalice calling Alex out. It's like, yeah, Alex, yo, you're a terrible game developer.
Well, that's it's an art form. Not
Sonic
everyone can
doesn't
do it.
drive a car. Sonic shouldn't have to drive a car. He can run. Well, what if Sonic drove a car and he still acted as if he was running?
What
It
if,
was
what
like
if it
a
was like,
Flintstone
what if there was like,
situation.
I was just gonna say, what if it's like a happy medium where it's like the Flintstones car?
So he has to
Oh
move
my
all
God.
that weight, so it slows him down a little bit.
Sonic just takes the car and flips it over. It's just like, let's go, let's spin dash cars, man. Let's spin dash my car.
Sonic jumps out of his car and spin dashes other people who are driving and destroys him because he destroys machines with his spin dash.
He just flips the thing sideways.
And
and
Have
gets
you
ahead of
not
him,
seen-
he just jumps into
Have you
stories.
not seen the Sonic movie? Sonic just jumps out of his car, he's gonna spin dash and cause all this electrical stuff to happen, and then he's gonna blow up the all of his opponents. Gonna flip them over.
Right. He's all like, "Is that all you got?" "No, but thanks for asking." I'm sick of this hair. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking putting bones in it like this. This was a great idea.
You know what's scary? That people are quoting that trailer.
Oh, why is that scary?
Gotta go.
People quote everything.
The movie that movie is now quotable, but then again, it's a really bad movie, so that's to be expected.
Movies are
Tails is
quotable.
in 10th place right now, and Knuckles is in 5th.
You need to
How
stop
come
playing
I'm
TSR.
in
Also,
first place?
are you playing it on what, Xbox or something?
PS4.
Oh. How have we not played together? Why aren't you ever down to hang
Because
out
I-
with us?
Didn't he
Plus.
just get the game?
Oh, he just got it. Never mind. Alright.
I obviously don't have PS Plus to play online.
Oh, true. You don't have to... It does cost money and is a
If you'll
more
give me
expensive.
$25 or
I'm not gonna do
$50,
that.
sure.
You're not getting money from me. We've talked
Oh,
about it.
yeah. Did Alex just ask you for money?
He didn't really.
No, I said give me. No, I said give me your money so I can actually get the thing.
Oh yeah, so he's
He
not
didn't ask, He
asking.
demanded it.
Give me your money if you want me to play you. Give me money.
Well, we can always have him
That'd be
complain about stuff in the
that'd be one of the that'd be a really dumb bank robbery. It's like, give me all your money for what? I need PlayStation Plus so I can play Team Sonic Racing.
with you, the guy who stole your money. You want to play with me, right? Like, I don't think so. I think we're gonna go with another option. Oh, what other option do you have? You can't make matchmaking in that game. Nobody is on there. I mean, there are people, but they just fly around the track like a bunch of ghosts. I don't like this. This is too hard, and I'm upset. I just want to live my life. Okay.
Is Rotalice go? I was gonna say is Rotalice my game, but then I'm like, oh yeah, he doesn't have a Switch.
I don't have a Switch. I have a PlayStation 4, an Xbox, and a Nintendo Wii U. The superior console. I think I might play some games tomorrow, but today I wanted to get a little something done, put up some content, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nintendo thick.
Nintendo thick, huh?
That's the Wii U. Remember?
Right, okay. I do remember that. Somewhat. Oh no, it's ruined. I made it worse somehow. Wait, can I... Okay, that's where...
Like in the new Pokemon game, you got thick Raichus, which is always a plus.
Says you.
I mean, why would that not be a good thing?
I don't know. I still am having difficulty believing that it's... Let's just remove that. No.
Believing what? What do you have difficulty believing in? What are you not believing, Rotalice?
The meaning of Santa Claus, obviously. You fool, making me spell it out like that. Anyway, pose mode.
Also, yeah, sorry for everyone in the chat, Santa Claus isn't real.
Bullcrap, yes he is. Don't listen to him. The guy's... No, you're not the guy, Silver. Friggin' cryogenic...
Shun the non-believer!
Get him out of my chat. I will come after... I will hurt. I will hurt somebody.
I will find your name in this phone book!
I will look through all of the guys named Cryo, and then all the dudes with the last name Gamer, and I'll find you. Oh, you laugh. You think it's funny. But I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you real good.
I'm gonna get you real good. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. Yo, dog, don't even trip.
I'm slipping in a bad way.
Tripping is
Baby, don't trip.
dangerous. Don't you trip. We gotta go on a trip to Star Wars.
You're sinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming at my face, baby, don't trip.
Yeah, don't trip, baby. Or whatever.
That's a sunflower. That's a Spider-Man.
Look at my sunflower, standing so tall. Isn't it pretty? Started so small.
Also, we've found on Twitter that Charlotte's Pokesona is Score Bunny.
Alright, great.
Because it has this, like... Not only does it look like a Sonic character, but it has this running animation where it puts its arms behind its back and then runs straight forward with its head up. Yeah.
Alright, now no wonder he likes it.
And then, and then the animation that plays when you presumably pick Score Bunny as your starter, Score Bunny goes up to the main character and does a little fist pump thing, and somebody made a Sonic Forces meme out of it, because of course they did.
That was really fast and dumb looking, but I'm pretty sure they'll get better as time goes on. Yeah.
So, Rotalice, what are your opinions on the models in Pokemon Sword and Shield?
They look pretty good. Pretty professionally made, but then of course they're made by a professional team of modelers and artists who know what they're doing generally. Is this a part? Oh, you know what? That's what it is. Is that it? Could that be? There are bones that are... attracting these things to them, even though they shouldn't be. They shouldn't, because they're not even connected to this. They weren't, at least. Anyway, yeah, no, I think they're pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give up on this. This is getting on my nerves.
Basically, there's something called a wild, which is considered like the big open world area that has dynamic weather and can change. You can search for Pokemon, and the Pokemon change depending on weather and time of day, and like there are like these markers on your map. They make like this highlighted like light in the distance, and if you go to them, all Breath of the Wild style, you can go and battle one of those giant Dynamax thick Pokemon with 4 people, and then try and catch it.
Just going around fighting a bunch of animals in the wild.
By the way, I'm so happy that weather impacting the wild encounters is back.
It's always been that used to be a thing before.
And 5 only.
Oh, I was just okay. Well, now I know which numbered games they are.
Black and white.
Oh, Rotalice, Rotalice, you have so much to learn.
I am not gonna learn it though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I can teach you.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so alright, let's pick up where we left off. So, first off, what do we want to teach Rotalice about first? We did start talking about Pokemon breeding last Lazy Night stream.
Oh no. Oh god.
I don't want to talk about it. I need
Kyo showed me your song, Rotalice.
No.
And might I say, you've got quite the talent for improvised lyrics.
Well, thank you. I make up songs sometimes, especially when I'm peaked or bored.
Why don't... You're telling me you don't want to listen to a conversation about Pokemon getting it on?
I really don't.
Uh,
I would thank you to respect my feelings on the subject, good sir. Or we're gonna stop this, and we're gonna do something else. I don't know, play video games. That's not really a punishment, though. That's just me being lazy.
Wait, are you serious right now? Are we going into a lazy game stream?
No, not yet. I have 2 more
Oh.
things I need to do.
So please excuse my absence. I went to go get some Pop-Tarts and use the bathroom, so I was muted while the whole time.
That's fine. As long as you didn't leave the mic on when you were there, like, alright, I'm getting the Pop-Tarts. I'm gonna have 4 Pop-Tarts. Okay, I'm gonna take these Pop-Tarts into the bathroom, where I will take a shower, and then while on the toilet, eat the Pop-Tarts.
While also taking a shower.
It's not a roast, it's just a question. Didn't you used to be a Pichu? That's what,
I mean,
Pokemon asked.
well,
Interesting, since you are a Raichu,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah,
No, he's born a
had to
Raichu,
be.
derp.
Are you OP as hell in Smash?
Fresh out of the womb, I was already fully grown.
Your mother.
You mean fresh out of the egg?
Egg, yes.
Pokemon.
Womb,
Yeah,
egg,
but-
it's the same. Womb and egg, same difference. Not really,
Exactly.
they're very different.
I mean, sure, eggs are good. They incubate something, but the womb is like it turns a person into a giant egg. Like an egg person walking around, like Humpty Dumpty. Every woman who has a baby is an egg.
Remember, women, did you know that you can turn people into eggs?
They can't, but sure.
Bushy can.
What?
I mean, Mega, you were talking to me about this earlier, that apparently in the manga there are these 2 Pikachus that have a kid, and yet the egg that they make is like the size of one of them.
Yeah, they this goes with my theory about how there's that eggs just appear in the Pokemon world. That like
Oh.
because you can be as creepy as you want on Pokemon and me. You're not going to find any trace of genitalia on Pokemon.
Well, I'll believe you on
well,
that.
hey, I'm right. I'm right about that.
It's not just a stylistic choice, because it's not like they wanted to have that in a kids game. No, this was purposefully done.
Kids,
But okay. With that alone, you can come to the conclusion that Cryo has. But in the Pokemon Adventures manga, there are two Pikachu's who basically become a thing, and they have a Pichu. Like the female Pikachu hatches a Pichu egg. However, it just all of a sudden appears, and it's the size of said Pikachu, and I'm just like, there's no way that they actually hatched that. So
what if the egg grows after it's been laid? It just sort of...
if it grows in less than a few hours?
Or, and now
Does
hear
it
me out,
happen overnight?
there's a
'Cause,
lot
like,
of science
it
to
was-
back this up. What if the stork comes and brings the egg?
What stork? What stork?
The
What
Pokestork.
stork? In
Silly
the Pokemon world.
Silly Rotalice, storks don't exist. There's only Pelipers.
See, there you go.
Can die. I hate Pelipper. I hate the Wingle line with a burning passion.
The Wingle line. You're like some sort of, like, you and your
I
entire
hate a
family,
certain
line.
certain family lineage. I'm like Dracula in Castlevania. I hate the Belmont line.
Yeah, it's against them entirely. Like, wow, man. You can
But not just I
hold on to a grudge, can't you? I am immortal. There's
Like,
literally
what if
nothing
one
else
of
for me
the-
to do but hold grudges.
Like, what if one of the Belmonts one year was just like, oh, Dracula, my family's kind of screwed up. What if we had made, like, a peace offering? It's like, no, I have nothing else to do!
You think it's easy being immortal? Just like having no general plan or purpose in my life and that not mattering at all? I have nothing to lose or gain by being a friend or foe to anybody. I don't die. I just
Although,
am.
you know, I just thought of something, Mega. You might actually have a point with your theory about how Pokemon eggs work. Because, like,
Wait,
I was playing Pokemon...
What was
Hmm?
what was the theory? I didn't quite catch that part.
It was that Pokemon eggs just appear. There's no sex involved. There's no
course there isn't.
egg hatching or laying or what. Well, there is egg hatching. There's no egg laying involved at all. It just appears due to, I guess, the parents' close
Sort of force
relationship
of will.
formed between the two Mons. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. It's probably just not as serious as, real world
isn't.
mating. Because seriously, like, you can just have two random Pokemon, whether it's a Ditto or an Eevee, and you're trying to shiny hunt, and you can just hatch eggs all the time,
Yeah.
and it's just
Well,
like,
then again, you could also go with my theory and just have it be so that, the gestation period for a Pokemon is very, very fast.
Yeah, like a fly almost. Like a little nasty Pokefly. Gross, ugly Pokefly. That's what we're gonna start working on today.
let's see,
Pokeflies.
what are there
I mean-
any fly Pokemon
A
actually?
Venonat?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's a gnat and a moth. So
Flies
I mean, it has
are also
bug
gnats.
eyes, but fly eyes, but.
But, like, alright, so, thinking about this, so,
So they're at least
both
insects.
theories about how Pokemon eggs work would be real, because I was playing Pokemon Soul Silver earlier today, and I was trying to level up one of my Pikachus so that it could be a Raichu at some point. So then, I decided, okay, I need a Thunderstone so I can evolve this thing now that I grinded it up to the proper level. So, I decided to go and find Bill's grandfather, who apparently, according to GameFAQs, if I show him a Pikachu or a Pichu, he'll give me a Thunderstone. Didn't work for some reason, but I tried showing him my Pikachu and nothing happened, so I'm like, okay, I need a Pichu. I don't have one of those, so I decided to go into my PC, grab a female Pikachu, throw those things in the daycare, and see what happens. So then I left, and then,
Venonat. Is that what happened? They made a Venonat? You have a Venonat now and you're mad about it. I understand. Also, the Cryo has, I think, been Thanos by the internet once again. It happens from time to time, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen.
Discord.
Yeah, Discord just killed him. What if Dracula wanted suicide? Then I guess it would be Dracula's choice. As an immortal being, he would be like, you
I'm
know
back.
what? What's up? Oh, you're back? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm back. So, back to talk about Pokemon eggs.
Yeah, that's an important topic, as you know.
Basically, so I decided to throw those Pikachu into the daycare and see what happened. So then I left for around maybe a minute, and then the daycare man was like, okay, we found an egg! So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick that up and hatch that. So I picked up the egg and decided to go and like run up and down the road on my bike and wait for it to hatch. Less than 2 seconds later, the daycare man already was calling me and was like, hey, we found another egg! And in my mind, I'm just like, so,
Oh, you too.
apparently, it's like, 2 seconds? 2 seconds!
Pretty fast, actually, yeah.
It
Pokemon work
is
fast.
dictated by your steps,
The
so...
world is full. The world is full of Pokemon. How do you think that happened? Do you think it happened slow? No. took just a few minutes. And now the world is overflowed with a bunch of nasty, gross animals that nobody knows what to do. They're definitely sentient.
Hi, Katon, he just did that and left.
Did he just... That's what he did?
Yep.
Alright. Hey,
What
Katon,
happened?
you know me and you got beef, right? I'm gonna fight you.
He's not in the chat, he just did that and left.
Well, he knows.
But,
He
so,
knows his
okay,
hour of
either...
judgment cometh.
Going based off of either Mega's theory or mine, that means that Pokemon eggs randomly appear constantly every couple seconds, which is somehow it's got to be based off of something, considering that like sometimes they appear fast, sometimes slow. There's got to be, maybe it's the bond, depending on the strength of the Pokemon's bond, the eggs appear faster or slower. Or the gestation period for a Pokemon is literally 2 seconds. Or they can get involved in the activity and then have a kid in less than 2 seconds.
I think
Which
I'll
would be
love it.
But press X to doubt.
Right.
Which theory do you believe in, Rotalice?
I don't know. I think they're video game characters, and they need to get around the awkward and difficult question of how reproduction works without making it so that a Pokemon appears magical too much. Because they're supposed to be animals. Oh no, I've ruined this.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's not do that. That wasn't me, says Katon. Katon, you're a liar. The truth is not in you. You know that.
Katon, what theory about Pokemon reproduction do you believe in?
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he should say anything. Actually, we're trying very hard to have a good look for the channel, trying to make sure that everyone is, civil to one another and not toxic or nothing. And we were doing a good
We're not
job.
toxic. We just like to talk about Pokemon getting it on. Rotalice started it.
I didn't really. You know who started it? It was Luigi, man. He asked about if you started out as a Pichu, and then it started this whole long conversation. He's like, wow. And I meant to say, like, yeah, this is your fault. He says, XD, that wasn't me. Oh boy, here we go again, says TLZ Plays Games. We don't go
Here we go
anywhere.
again. Going where? Oh, you mean about the Pokemon conversation. Let me continue.
Oh, God.
What?
You know what.
What?
You know.
What? What's... What? What?
Why? You're
Why?
acting like you know you're up here. And that stuff, and then people are gonna react to it negatively, and we're gonna have a fight online. One of us is gonna have to resign and go to the mountains in the Himalayas to train under the monks. This has happened before. If you don't remember it, that's your problem. Alright.
What? It happened before with what? A 10-year-old that thought, no, I'm gonna be champion. No, I'm gonna go up into the mountains and train with some monks.
Yeah, duh. But you don't remember that? This guy up here not remembering stuff. Look at him. Look at Cryo not remembering.
How dare you?
Why? No, I remember stuff. I remember stuff. Come on, come on.
Pokemon reproduction? Well, I mean, I've always been fond of Misty and Officer Jenny. Lol, look at you. Look at you making them jokes.
Katon, not that kind of reproduction.
We
we're
pretty much
talking about
have
the actual
human
Pokemon, not
reproduction
the human characters.
Humans are born from eggs. That's canon.
They're egg cells, but we don't hatch
also,
eggs. We don't lay eggs.
Also, problem
of any size are all
Misty is
single-celled
like.
organisms.
What do you mean? Like just.
Yeah, like, have you ever seen an egg?
Yeah, an egg. I've seen an egg.
An egg is a single cell. Until after it's fertilized, it splits, but like it starts off as one cell.
This
That
is how
was
I come into the chat. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is what you came into. This is your fault.
This is a very mature topic. This is VPL After Dark.
It really
Not to
isn't
take
mature.
things out of context, but this was what I came into.
Listen.
Welcome
Pokemon is
to Funland, Tailsy. Well, we talk about Pokemon reproduction for some reason.
You
Well,
want to know something crazy? I don't know if I should be saying this in your YouTube live stream. You may get demonetized, but
Well, don't say anything curse related or bad because we're trying to keep it PG up in the chat.
by talking about reproduction, that's not PG.
Yeah, it is perfectly PG.
Alright, well, I'm gonna
You don't
say
need
it.
to talk about
I'm gonna
the
say it
acts that lead to reproduction.
It's related to that, but it's ridiculously funny. So, literally a few hours after the Pokemon Direct, I had a friend tell me there's already porn of Pokemon Sword and Shield stuff. That was just announced.
Ah,
Like,
of course.
there was-
What do you expect? It's
it
the
existed.
internet.
It's the internet, man. Biology.
Especially with
don't know much
especially
about
with Sonia, the
biology.
best girl.
I don't even know what the heck.
What do you expect?
My
It's the
friend
internet.
even went a step forward to show me the stuff. It's
Don't-
something. That's all I'm
Wow,
gonna say.
really?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
Really?
that's all I'm gonna listen.
Where'd you
Okay.
get it? Where'd you get it?
Exactly,
Where'd you
I'm
find
moving
it?
on.
Open as layers.
Biology class with Rotalice, says Katon.
Yeah.
No, it's
that's-
Pokemon biology.
You don't
Perfectly
wanna-
PG. You need to ask your parents if it's okay to talk about Pokemon getting it on.
It's technically
Let's
Just
PG.
as long as you have a Ditto, you should be fine.
Oh, God. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and find whatever the heck it is I'm looking for. Because I'm looking for some textures.
I think it was Mega that showed me this amazing chart where it's like, okay, we got least popular Pokemon, and then the most popular Pokemon, and then it has the Pokemon with the least amount of furry bait, Pokemon with the most amount of furry bait. It's the same Pokemon.
Ditto.
No.
Oh, it's
Second.
according to the Pokemon fandom, Pokemon with the least creative designs. No, wait. Let me start that over. According to the Pokemon fan base, the Pokemon with the least that are deemed the least creative designed Pokemon just happen to make bad furry bait, while the Pokemon that are deemed to have amazing Pokemon designs also to happen to be good furry bait. So makes you think,
Probably because
is there a certain bias?
there's a bias towards good design. Yeah, of course there is. It's gonna happen every time. People
Always
like
has
things-
been.
Look, things that are appealing to the eye get made. Fan art gets made of them. So like, yeah, like no one's well. That's not 100% true because people make a lot of fan art for the Sonic design. It doesn't look good at all. But they're like, hey, see, it's not that bad. Yeah, your drawing is actually better than it looks in the movie. So don't even go there, you tripper. Up here tripping. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this
Frickin'
about Sonic
fricks.
again.
You frickin' fricks out here frickin'.
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Unacceptable!
Dungeon, let's go, dungeon. 30 years dungeon.
10,000 years.
Let's go. I love that part. That was particularly funny to me when he was all like, "Let's go, dungeon." Like he was taking, like telling them to go to their room or they're in timeout. Let's go, timeout. Let's go. That was just the funniest part to me. Oh, Justin Roiland, you absolute insane person. Okay, let's see here. I can do like 2 voices. It's what I'm into, you know?
It's like all my characters sound the same.
It's like this. It's like I'm either Morty or I'm Rick, and I can't do a Rick voice. I'm not gonna try to do a Rick voice at least. Morty. Yeah, there we go. I can do a Doc voice. All right, let's grab all. Let's get this. You guys.
So yeah, moral of the story here with Rotalice 2's live stream: Pokemon has the most amount of furry bait, and there's the mystery of how Pokemon babies are made is still a mystery. It's still unsolved.
Mostly because I don't care. Just gonna be honest, I don't.
Well, you don't care, but we do. As Pokemon fans that love all the good designs, we care about how Pokemon are made.
I guess so. Weekly late night VPLs. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to do this more of a weekly thing just because it's easier to get out and do this tonight than it is, like, say, on even Sunday. Because I have a lot of time on the weekdays now because, except for Monday and Tuesday, I get off work at, like, 3 o'clock. So, like, I figure I can probably do more of these in general, which I think you guys might enjoy. Let me know in the chat, in the comments, if you're even watching still, if that's an interesting prospect to you, because I think I should be making more content. I've been holding off on doing that Blaze thing forever. My bad, you guys.
Procrastinating Rotalice.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
That is what Urban Dictionary says.
Yeah, no, it's been like more than about a year or so since I was supposed to do the Blaze tutorial thing, and then like a lot of my methods for making the Blaze model are obsolete anyway. So now I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell people that this is not exactly how to work it anymore. But it's how I made it that time. I have all of the footage, and I have like this whole plan to do it, roll it out, get people to know about it. But
You got ideas.
I'm not the best or most consistent YouTuber. I think that's gonna be my Achilles heel going for. I can't change that color. Why not? Why can't I change the color?
You know what? All this talk about Pokemon's got me in the mood to draw something. So I am going to start drawing some Pokemon now.
Alright, sounds good. Keep your Pokemon to yourself. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. You can draw them. Let us know what you're drawing here in Rotoland Funtime World Park.
Wait. Alright, so you want to know what Pokemon I'm drawing. So, okay. I don't know if this is PG or not, but it's very not Sonic for work. We got...
Okay, let's not then. I know you don't work on NSFW stuff, so I don't know exactly who you think you're kidding right now with that lead-in.
Because it's a joke. Because
You're not?
It's not...
I didn't find it funny, therefore it's offensive. Offensive!
Let's go! 10,000 years!
10,000 years, dungeon!
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
10,000 years. Have you guys heard the Aladdin OST?
What, the movie?
Yeah,
the
from
remake?
From the new movie.
It's weird! I was talking about this a few streams ago.
Like, I like some of the songs. I like the Arabian Nights. It's not bad. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I like...
I think the only one they didn't screw up was A Whole New World. That's the only one I
I
like.
still haven't listened to that one, which is interesting. Cryo, did you watch that Happy Burger video I sent you? The no
Oh,
tomato?
I didn't! No tomato and a toy. I haven't seen that yet. I need to watch that. Jeez.
Alright, then.
I forgot about that completely.
Oh, I come from a land from a faraway place where the caravan camels roam.
What is it? I don't know what's worse, The Friend Like Me or the Prince Ali song in that movie.
I don't like the way the Friends Like Me, no, Prince Ali thing is framed. I haven't watched the movie yet, so I don't know, but I have seen like snippets that they put online of Prince Ali, and I don't like the way
It's
framed.
really flat. It's
like,
really flat.
Hey, thanks for showing me how much better a 2D animated movie from the year 1993 or 1992 did it. Was it 4? I don't remember what year it came out, but it was like
92 actually.
It was actually the biggest movie of 1992.
which is pretty cool. And it's also very interesting when you, from a standpoint of Robin Williams wanted to work on the Rainforest movie. What's it called? Fern Gully and all of that. But he turned in like somehow a worse performance in that movie when it came to his song and the Batty character. And he's all like, oh, I was working on that one earlier, and I mean, I guess he had his passion project too, but
Plus the genie was literally made
it was made
him,
for
or
him.
from him.
Yeah,
From
it was
him,
designed
really.
around his character. That and Iago was made for Gilbert Gottfried, but yeah, definitely Genie was designed from the ground up to be played by Robin Williams. They did not have a plan if he decided to say no, which I find funny.
Well, and was it that? Because the way I remember hearing it was that the genie's character was based off of Robin Williams, and they just so happened to be like, let's just get Robin Williams anyway if the character was designed around him.
I think they did design it around him, and they wanted him to play the character. I was watching one of those Lily Ellis, show things. And Lindsay, not Lily. What am I talking about? Lindsay Ellis. And it was pretty interesting to watch that. Let's see here. Let's get this coloring. I finally found my my what's it called? It's called a drawing pad. I've had one for the longest time, but I haven't used it for anything.
Wait, like a drawing pad, as in drawing?
Yeah, it's a drawing pad. It's like not the best kind in the world, but it does the job for what I'm trying to do. And also, I bought it already. So
Rotalice. Rotalice. Draw.
Maybe.
Rotalice
I'm
draw.
more interested
I've seen your demon art. You can draw. You try drawing again.
Sure, whatever. But also, like, it isn't gonna look very good for a while because there's a lot of things that I can do on a piece of paper I cannot do with this particular thing that I have here. Oops.
Let's see here. I need to find, because I actually started drawing a bunch of Pokemon in my notebook once. And then it's like, I'm going to fill up these 2 pages with like a bunch of Pokemon. And it's all on line paper, so it's disgusting to me. But, it works.
It's fine. You can always redraw it again after you've gotten it up to a particular point. I don't know where this is coming from. What is this even attached to? Like right here. What is this?
Just looking for the notebook now, and it's bothering me. You just gotta look through my 9,000 Pikachu drawing. It's okay. There we go. Found it.
9,000 Pikachus.
9,000.
Over 9,000 Pikachu. I've been watching your videos since you.
I'm gonna head off.
I have not gotten good at making models. Well, I've only made one tutorial. I'm gonna work on another one, and hopefully that'll help you get a little bit better. Of course, there's no promises there. I can't make you better at models. That's entirely a personal growth type of a situation there. Though I do want to stress that what I do is largely intuition. Like, after you have a good sense of what it is you're trying to make, or if you've seen enough of a certain type of thing that you know what you're looking for. So I would suggest maybe looking at a lot of art references, getting an eye for the contours and the contrast of certain designs. That would be a helpful tool for you. But oh yeah, I do intend to make more tutorials. In fact, I think that's another thing I'm going to spend my time on in the very near future is working on my actual tutorials, getting that stuff out. Also asking you guys what you guys would like to see me model next. That was going to be another part. You do though? Well, have you practiced any of the things that you've seen? Because I'd like to Just like, show them off in the. You're in Luigi. No, you're not in Discord. You're not allowed to have a Discord, right? You're too young. Sorry to say that, but you did say that to me earlier, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to be insensitive and say, well, you didn't just come to Discord and show us your stuff. But yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of practice. I started out in 2014 or so. If you look at my early work in DeviantArt, it's not that great. It's actually very not great. But that's where you start, and then you just keep working on it and keep expecting that what you have there is not good. Because there's a lot of people who put things on DeviantArt and they never get any better because either they don't receive criticism or they don't listen to it, or they're just at a certain point where they're comfortable and they won't do anymore. I've seen that too. But I think that it's worthwhile to just make a whole lot of mistakes, do a whole lot of different things. It's not going to look great coming out of the gate because nobody starts out at the best. That's not how mastery works. I love some of the tutorials of your process on 3D modeling. Thanks, Katon. I intend to make more, like I said. And then I'm going to put like a poll out there for everyone who watches me and that kind of stuff on straw poll, about what you guys want me to model next. I haven't done that in a while. And I promise I'll actually get it done. And I'll do it on my live stream. I think that would be a good change of pace. Time for a change of pace.
Okay, so with this sketch project, I've got 8 Pokemon, and now I just have to find out how I'm going to fit in like 3 more.
But yeah, I'm gonna head off, guys. So yeah. So yeah, night. See you later.
You don't want to hear more about Pokemon lovemaking all night?
No thanks.
All night?
Well,
no thanks.
That's
I'll pass.
interesting. Now that Hokenboshi Star brought up another thing about Mega Evolution of Raichu is Raichamp. Super swole with a 6-pack, the thickest arms and legs.
Actually, there is a Pokemon fan game where like there's a split evolution of Pikachu where you can evolve into Raichu, or basically this very buff Pikachu that is basically just Pikachu's head put onto a yellow Machoke, and it's so weird. It's like, why?
That's freaky, actually. I'll say that.
Yeah, it is. But anyways, I'm gonna head off. So, guys, right, see you later.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
Peace.
Pokemon, gotta get it on.
It's you and me.
Oh no!
It's kind of gross, don't you see, Pokemon? Oh, please stop it now. I don't know how. Alright, so this is what we have so far for Quinn the Bat. I think I'm going to leave off of Quinn tonight and work on something else real quick.
What would you say is the best Pokemon opening?
Actually, I really like that one. I'll be honest, it's the one that everyone recognizes, so maybe I sound like a normie for saying that, but it's also the only one that I watched, really. I know that there were some other ones, like, so you want to be a master of Pokemon? Do you have the skills to be #1? We all live
I want to be the ultimate dance,
world.
Bobby Gray too. Yeah, Pokemon World is probably my favorite.
It's not bad. Pokemon, I want to be the greatest master. That looks weird.
Hello! Rotalice hit puberty! How about that?
Yeah, the ripe old, the early age of 27.
28.
Hit.
Oh, I thought you were 28.
I'm gonna be 28 this year, in June. Well, it's June now. In about 15 days, I'll be 28 years old. Good lord.
How about that? Start the countdown to Rotalice's birthday. Is that going to be a Sunday or Saturday? You probably won't be streaming. You'll be doing stuff for your birthday.
I think it's a Thursday. I don't plan on streaming for that day, that's for certain.
I want to live in a Pokemon world.
Pokemon world. No, we all live in a Pokemon
In a
world.
Pokemon.
I wanna be the greatest master of
Master of them all.
Yep, that's how it goes. Great grandfather met great grandmother when she was a child.
Oh,
Miss.
have you seen the What Kind of Pokemon Are You? Have you seen that one?
I have not. I don't think.
Oh, it's like this weird mix of like rap and I don't even know what. Like some of the lyrics include reach higher with fire, go Flareon, think twice about ice and be a number one. What is in order if you want to be slick? Mewtwo is the best when you get sidekick.
I guess he's also like a super overpowered Pokemon in general. I don't know who.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, thank you, Luigi man. I'm just saying I'm 1 year away from 13, though. I guess in a year you'll be able to jump on Discord and Twitter. It'll be great. Anyway.
13? Wow!
Oh, don't be condescending. You worked really
That's
hard
like
to get to that age.
That's like a teenage
Mutants.
year.
It is preteens.
Angst. Preteens. I hate them.
Like the year or the people?
No, like those years in your life.
Okay. I was about
It's
to say,
weird.
Gonna be ageist
And you're
right
not in
now?
Like you're not a teenager. You're not a kid. You're definitely a kid.
You're a kid now. You're a squid now. You're a kid. You're a squid. You're a kid. You're a squid. That's all I've got to say about that. That's all I've got to say about that, Grady. Alright, that's not as bad as
like-
I was worried it would be.
Like what is it? You know, you learn all the best and worst things when you're a teenager, Luigi man. You learn if you have good facial hair or not.
Man, this is not worth keeping. I'm gonna shave it all off. This character has been very difficult overall. Her fur color is really dark, so she doesn't show up very well in renders. I mean, it's not that bad.
Oh, one of my favorite Pokemon openings is Unbeatable.
Unbeatable.
That's from Generation 3, if you ever heard that one.
Oh, okay.
Which ones have you heard?
I don't know. I'm on the road to Viridian City. Is that like not one of them?
It's not an opening, but that was part of the CD, the 4Kids soundtrack thing.
I'm on my way. I'm on the road. I'm on the road. Oh my gosh. it's
Me
so
and my
very
friends
90s,
along
very
the
funny.
way.
Not even funny. It's just like, hey man, it's like the 90s knew it was the 90s. Like I don't think any other decade knew that it was going to be referred to as something else. The 90s are like, we're keenly aware that we are going to be looked at as the 90s. So we're just going
Yeah, like it feels like the second the 90s started, it's like, okay guys, we want to form an identity for ourselves. What should that identity be? Alright, let's just not care about anything and be the most ridiculous thing you could imagine.
Yeah.
And then we'll always be remembered as the 90s. You know, the 90s.
Yeah, like nothing else. Also, so like we're gonna be all kids rule, freaking. We're gonna be pre 9/11, so super full of ourselves, and thinking about nothing else. Like,
It's like, we're the best.
we're the best. We're gonna have a Godzilla. It's gonna people are gonna hate it, though. People like Rotalice are gonna love it because he doesn't know any better, never seen another Godzilla movie before in his life. He's gonna think that's great. We're gonna have some really breakout special effects and some really cheesy internet references. Because
We're gonna be like, hey guys, we're gonna have something called dialogue, right? We're gonna have something called that.
we're gonna invent Sonic the Hedgehog as a concept.
We're gonna ruin the internet before it even kicks off by creating Sonic the Hedgehog.
Just ensure that it never goes anywhere. No one will respect it for years.
What else are we gonna have in the 90s? We're gonna end the Cold War.
Yeah, Cold War's gonna end, and then gonna also subsequently introduce Vladimir Putin as a president instead of being the KGB.
Yeah, we're gonna introduce Vladimir Putin as a president in the massive air quotes.
Yeah, kind of like a dictator king. We're going to have Operation Desert Storm. It's going to be the shortest conflict the U.S. is going to be involved in this century, for the next century. Besides, I guess, well, Grenada was pretty short.
Bowl cuts?
Bowl cuts. I guess so. Jenko jeans.
Triangles.
I think that was in the 60s. Well, little triangles everywhere. It doesn't even make sense. Who came up with the triangle motif? That was on everything and covering Will Smith's every single clothing choice. Freaking triangles and dots. Especially on Nickelodeon. Oh my gosh, they were everywhere. Who thought of that?
Oh yeah, also Cartoon Network, because that's going to be a thing, and Nickelodeon.
I thought they already existed before then, but maybe they didn't.
We're gonna have what else? We're gonna have a bunch of cheesy sitcoms for the whole family.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have friggin' Family Matters. We're gonna make it about a police officer and his life, but then we're gonna switch and make it all about one character. His name is gonna be Urkel, and he's gonna be the bane of one young Rotalice's existence because everyone's gonna say, "You like Steve Urkel?"
What? wait, kids! The kids at the playground called you Steve Urkel.
Oh yeah, no, they were terrible about it. I hated them. For that. Like, oh, you're like Steve Ideas? This is like, why? I don't even watch that show. Like, yeah, but you're like, you wear glasses. You're black. You're Steve Urkel. Nick was the best in the 90s. I mean, I don't really watch Nick anymore. I think that's probably why I would agree with that statement, Luigi man. But also, you weren't around in the 90s. How do you know? Oh, you're 13.
Like,
only lived in the 21st century, which is just an amazing thought to me. That everyone I'm talking to right now, you included, Cryo, have only lived in this 21st century. Post 2000. You never had to deal with the Y2K bug, the lack of internet for real.
Like, the first travesty we ever really had to deal with was, well, the War on Terror.
Yeah, no, that's not great.
And the economic collapse of 2008.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. In fact, I didn't have to deal with anything. We were in, like, a really good place before all of that happened. Like, there was a surplus of funds in the U.S. Government, and then all of a sudden, there was a deficit all of a sudden. Sucks. I don't know, man. The world's
And then
changed a
just
lot.
like, what else did the 90s have? Don't think about the 21st century, it's bad. Oh, let me think.
It's mirrored. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, we had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Well, of course we did. That goes without saying.
That's like the most 90s sitcom.
It is 90s all the way. I mean, there's a lot of other 90s sitcom, like, what's the name of the show, with the guy in it? What's the deal with that? What's his name? Freaking Jerry Seinfeld. There we go. Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Oh yeah, Seinfeld. We're also gonna have a little something called Google that'll never catch on.
Yeah, it starts in 1998. It'll never catch on. No one's ever really gonna get into this whole Google thing. But on the off chance we do, let's start a little bit of a company. Let's get bought by Alphabet. I think at the time. Oh man, the guy who decided that was like, oh man, I'm the most indispensable person in my company. They love me now. We bought the most profitable company in the world. The fact that Google has a parent company to this day is kind of is interesting to me.
Let's think. What else is gonna happen? Let's see. What's another defining trait of the 90s? We're gonna have a rap in everything.
A rap in everything?
Like, the number one way to get hip and cool with the kiddos is gonna be to rap. Put a rap in something.
Yeah,
Take anything, turn it...
Oh, definitely. Wait, paint. Let's go to
There's a frickin', like, asthma, like, an entire ad about, like, asthma or whatever. And it's like, they turn it into a... Yeah, like, that's basically what it is. And then there's, like, a moment where a kid, like, all these kids go up and talk about why, having asthma isn't that big of a deal or something, and then
Asthma's
like
not that bad, it just runs your breath away.
like it almost it almost comes across as if they're trying to make asthma look cool. Like, it's really
Get
weird.
asthma, fool. Get asthma. Get asthma. Don't be like Captain Phasma. I don't know. How would that even go?
There is one moment where a kid goes up on an inhaler or something, and then he says, I have to shake it, and then there's like one line that I always remember where this one guy just goes, shake, shake, shake that medicine!
Oh, Lord. That seems very bad. That seems very poorly considered on their part. Remember, it's your body. If you have asthma, that's fine. Don't let anyone shame you for having a disease. That's no good.
I mean, oh yeah, we're gonna have this little thing called The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog that will never be remembered on this little internet thing.
Oh yeah, no, the internet's gonna forget about that because it will predate the internet by quite a bit. Then we're gonna do 2 shows of Sonic the Hedgehog, not just one. We're gonna double down and then build a theme park for it, and then destroy that theme park in 2002. We're not thinking very far ahead.
We're not there. We're not there yet. We're not at the 21st century. Caton's done with the thumbnail, and Luigi Man says Michael Jackson.
I mean, he was around before then, but
yeah.
He's been around for.
There was something called Moonwalker, the Michael Jackson movie.
Yeah, that's true. Finally done with the thumbnail. Okay, what's his thumbnail for? Like a video he's doing?
The 90s had so many great things, like the end of Full House.
No, that's terrible. Apartheid was not a great thing. It was like segregation on steroids. Alt grab. Alright,
and then as we move from the 20th century to the 21st century, think of all the great things about the 2000s.
I don't know. Nothing yet, actually. Citations needed. Can't find anything good.
Well,
I mean, sure, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Okay, I'll give you that. Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, fine. DirecTV finally becoming like doing movies. It was the weirdest thing ever. You could get all-day ticket, right? You'd actually go to your DirecTV.
Wait.
Call
so DirecTV movies?
Yeah, they didn't make their own movies. What I mean to say is they were showing movies so that you could watch them on DirecTV. It was video on demand, right? They were just testing this stuff out. And so you would you wouldn't download it, right? You just call in, I think, using a phone number, and then purchase access to a channel that was playing a movie, like say Bad Boys 2 or something else that happened in that around that time, and then you could watch it all day. It was just playing though, so it didn't just play when you needed to play it. You just had access to watch it whenever it started and whenever it ended. So you had to schedule your day around when the movie was gonna. It would just play the movie over again for 24 hours or however much time.
That completely just destroys the point.
Yeah, I know it's video on demand, but not really. It was just so weird. Going back and thinking about it, it's like that was a terrible decision. Who thought that was a good idea?
Well, the same person that thought that having Blockbuster's return policy of, if you kept the movie past the return date, we'll just charge you for the movie anyway. Oh.
Well, yeah. They did do that. And of course, that was maybe it was a good idea because it was the inciting incident that created Netflix as a thing for the founder. He's like, you know what? What if I did it a different way? And then
that's
Blockbuster
something
had the opportunity to buy Netflix, and they decided not to. Like, this will never go anywhere. Now, guess who's still? There's only one Blockbuster location left on Earth, and Netflix is everywhere.
Where is it?
Let me look it up. Last remaining Blockbuster. And I'll put it in the chat so you guys can look at it. Is in Oregon, I think. Oh, great. It's a Washington Post article. Give me a second. I mean, that's fine. Can I just... Okay, great. Last blockbuster in America. Okay. March 7th, 2019. Okay, so the last blockbuster in America is now the last blockbuster in the world. Let me copy this. I'm going to put it in the YouTube chat so you guys can put that in there. You can watch that. Look at that. But yeah, no, it's the last one, and it still looks like a regular blockbuster. They put movies in there. I don't even know how they. I don't know how they source any of the films anymore. Like, who's putting this stuff out on DVD to be for Blockbuster to buy? like,
they're eventually gonna. Well, everything's becoming a streaming service, so eventually they're gonna run out.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, if you
Let's
check
think
out
of some-
the stream,
let-
I mean the thing.
Let's think of some other exciting incidents that happened in the 2000s. Trying to stay away from war and terrorism because that kind of engulfed the decade.
That's
Um,
that's kind of taken up not only the decade, currently the century. We're still dealing with all of that stuff still. It's like I don't know if we're gonna get out of this one.
Thanks, World War II. Well, which was then caused by World War One,
Which was caused by all of the conflicts that preceded it. And then, like, was the impetus for, of course, the conflicts that exist today. Like, I don't think wars have ever actually ended so much as they've gone into remission and then it sort of pop back up. Like, oh, hey, remember me?
Yeah, it's like cancer. War is like cancer.
You just hope it goes into remission long enough so you can die when it's not killing you.
Like,
It's terrible sounding, but it's the truth.
terrible, but it's true. So really, the only person you have to blame for our current terrorism problems is the human race.
Yeah, basically the human race. If there were no humans, there would be no war. Because animals don't care enough about anything to fight over it. Except for food. And that's usually pretty short-lived. They don't usually try to kill each other. They just want to hurt and then get away. I mean, obviously, animals that are trying to eat the other animal, that's trying to kill it. Yeah, sure. Or if I wonder, you think cats think, or like, not cats, but lions? When Project Armada takes off, we should buy Blockbuster and reopen all the stores. That sounds like a great idea, Caton. I'm behind that plan 100%, except, you know.
No, that's a good way to get publicity up. It's like, hey guys, follow Project Armada, the owners of the only Blockbuster in existence.
Yeah.
We'll be on the news.
We'll be on the internet, for real. No one will contest our power then. Then we'll be able
Group
to
of
do
it.
whatever.
I could see the headlines now. Group of idiot Sonic fans decide to buy Blockbuster for some reason.
They haven't really given us a reason. They said, for the lulz, an internet slang term. We think that they think that they're hip. They're not. We know. Our kids told us. Sorry.
Our 9-year-olds told us.
Our 9-year-olds
What?
said it.
What else happened in the 2000s? The superhero movie craze.
Oh yeah, true. They weren't really good movies, but they did come out. Like you had your Ang Lee's The Hulk. Everyone responded.
Well,
pretty
you got,
negatively
like,
to that.
You got like the early X-Men movies and Spider-Man.
Fair enough. The Sam Raimi Spider-Moy.
We got Sopranos.
I guess I never watched it, but I'm sure I've heard good things.
The Office.
Oh, yeah, that was the 2000s. I guess Lost would be included in that.
Yep, it would be. Let's see. YouTube.
I guess, yeah, it was 2005.
5.
Yeah. This website is only 15 years old. Oh wait, not even yet. It's almost. It's currently 16. It's a young lad or girl, however YouTube identifies. It's not a person, so I guess not at all.
Just wait for this. Just wait for AI to become prominent, and then YouTube is gonna be like, Rotalice.
I've looked at the video that you made back in the year 2019, and I've decided that what you've said was very insensitive to us non-living AI creatures, and I'm going to delete your account. And I'll be please, Mistress YouTube, who've decided to be a woman, please don't do that to me. It's like, no, you had your chance, and I'll say when you were born, and then that's the end of that conversation.
Mistress YouTube. Let's think. Cat's on streaming.
Oh. What is
Or no,
this
wait,
character's
this is.
name?
Oh wait, no, he's not streaming. Never mind. He was a speed paint. Speed paint. Never mind.
I have a question. What is this character's name and age? The age was my brother's questions. I have no idea why. Yeah, I don't know.
Why would he need that? Why would he need that information?
It's a fictional character. She can be as old as you want her to be. Let's see here.
Or as old as you need her to be.
Jesus. The character's name is Quinn the Bat. She is a fan character commission that I'm working on. For video is up. Congratulations. I'll watch that later when I'm not doing this. And I'm just testing the bones and stuff to make sure it's not busted in some way that I can't fix. And of course, she needs to be put together. I don't like that this is happening, but I don't know if there's any way for me to actually fix it. It's her legs. You didn't think she had legs, did you? She's like Gru, except she's the one before Gru. She's Egg Gru. Got him.
So, what also started in the 2000s? Well, the modern internet.
I have no idea what her age she is, actually. I'm pretty sure she's probably 18 plus, considering the source that this character comes from. Just gonna be on the safe side and say probably. Is it
a certain fur-filled website?
No, it's Twitter. Unless that's what you mean. Twitter is a.
Oh.
It does have fur in it, but it ain't. That's not the focus of the site. The focus of the site is not yet having a focus or a purpose, and therefore not being relevant.
Oh wait! Did Twitter start in the 2000s? Or was that a 2010?
I think it was a 2010 company, but you can always check and look it up and be certain.
Let's see what else happened in the 2000s. The PS3 launching at $599 US with the giant enemy crab. Attack the weak point for massive damage.
Oh, and Ridge Racer!
And Wii Music.
Yeah, true, but that was a Nintendo game that nobody played. I didn't play.
But you know what you could be playing? Ridge Racer!
I could, but I'm not. See how that works? See how that happens?
I want Ridge Racer HD 4K edition, released on the PS5 launch day. E3, boy. I want to hear that.
On Nintendo DS, says Luigi Man. The Tide Pods Challenge started. That started in the 2010s. Yeah, this is the 2010s.
Soon to be the 2020s.
Yeah, it's about to be the 2020s next year, I guess. The 20s. The roaring 20s. It's coming back around.
And then the Depression is going to start in the next 10 years.
I mean, probably. Usually Depressions kind of come in a cycle. Like, we're always due for another collapse economically every 8 years. I don't know how in the world they know that, but somehow that's a thing. That was terrible.
I don't remember anything happening in, 2016?
Yeah, it was terrible. 2016? Nothing happened in 2016. What are you talking about? That year didn't occur, actually. We skipped it. It started 2015.
2016. I feel like every single person on the planet collectively hated that year.
Yeah, like, no matter what your political leanings were, it wasn't a great year to be a person. It sucked. It's like, 2016, you're not exactly a class act, if you know what I mean. I'm assuming you don't.
Like, 2015 was like the calm before the storm.
Oh gosh, to use that phrase.
I mean, honestly, it's not wrong.
Yeah, no. We are in less storm, I suppose. We live in the post-truth era, I suppose.
Post-truth.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it goes or what's it called actually? Pre-Cambrian? No, something.
Yeah,
like that.
Pre-Cambrian.
Pre-Cambrian,
That's Pre-Cambrian.
Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, I guess.
Yeah.
Steel Age, Space Age, Information Age, Post-Truth, Stone Age. It just goes around in a circle. It's like whatever that guy's name was, like, you know, I don't know what no, that was Einstein, I think. I don't know what wars will be used to fight World War III, but World War IV will be fought with rocks and sticks. Of course, then it wouldn't be a world war anymore.
Luigi Man says a lot of YouTubers died in 2016. That is true. A lot of people died in 2016.
Yeah, a lot of people died.
Like, it was... like, if I'm remembering, 2016 was, like, the great celebrity, like...
Die off.
Just... Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, I wasn't really keeping tabs on that, but I suppose. Is this what I want? That's not what I want. Give me what I want! That's not what I want! Give me what I want!
I'll tell you what you want. What you really, really want.
Oh, we did miss the Spice Girls, didn't we?
Oh!
Bring them up, because of course you didn't know about them, and I never really cared about them.
Well, I've heard of the Spice Girls. I've never known what they are.
I don't think anyone knows what they are even to this day. They're like, hey, look, it's Britain's export, the Spice Girls. Thanks, Britain. We'll call you later, all right? Just shut up, please. No, I'm messing around.
What? Oh, Britney Spears. We forgot about that.
Oh, true. Oh,
no. You know what? The
Vitamin
2000s, like just pop bands, just.
Actually, yeah, the 90s had like the boy bands. We did forget about the boy band wars.
The boy band wars continued until like the mid 2000s.
Oh, you're talking about their content. Well, I guess so. Yeah, the boy band wars, that started on, like, you know, with the NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees and Boys to Men and all of the boy bands. And their lousy songs. Except for Boys to Men, they had good music. But, like, friggin' I Want It That Way and Bye 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 and goodness gracious, man. And then Will Smith
what about,
was in
like,
movie, making a bunch of rap songs.
Yeah, Will Smith was in everything.
Big Will, Drew Hill, ha ha ha,
ha 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 ha, that's hot.
You must be really tired, huh?
I'm not tired. Are you talking to me?
I mean, that joke right there just sounded like you were tired of everything at this point.
I'm not tired of everything.
That's Will Smith when he gets. That's just his impression of Will. Oh yeah, wait, what? What about me?
We're just commenting. We're just reminiscing on eras that Cryo didn't live in.
Makes sense.
Well, I lived in the 2000s.
Yeah, we were
barely.
We started talking about the 90s though, and he's like, he wasn't there. He's only lived in
the
2000s.
you weren't even there.
You weren't there, man.
What we've been through.
You weren't there, man.
You beta male.
Oh no.
Hey. All right, now you're hurting me, and those are fighting
me. I'm sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro. Didn't mean to hurt you.
No, people call me a.
Sorry, bro. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings there, bro.
Don't worry, Tailsy. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Hey, bro, you
people call me.
Stop with the doobie, bro.
Don't worry, Tailsy. Don't worry. People call me a beta male daily. It doesn't matter.
Nobody calls me a beta. Oh, what?
Beta.
You can't call me a beta male. I'm not a fish. Or a wolf, I suppose. I don't.
Unless if you main wolf and
no. Me and Silver had a conversation once the other day about how Santa Claus is the true alpha male and was the original alpha male.
I only imagine where that went.
He went through extensive Santa Claus went through extensive military training.
like freaking Solid Snake. It's like the most powerful soldier or something like that. The world's greatest soldier. And then he decided to change his life and become a... I want to give something back to the kids. You know, for the community.
Of course. Like everyone.
And he's like,
In
I'm
my
tired of
headcanon-
killing and I'm
in
tired
my-
of war. So we got Krampus.
In my headcanon, that's what Santa sounds like. I want to give something back to the kids.
Like it's Mr. T. I want to get something back to the kids. I want to change the community.
No, Silver and me also agree that, Santa obviously fought in Vietnam. You're just imagining the scenario of Santa fighting in Vietnam, but he's still he keeps in the glasses and the white beard.
Ho ho ho! Come get some, commie!
That
Oh, no. This looks pretty good. Actually, this looks better than my last renders. I can dig it. I can dig it. Going up.
I can dig it. I think. What did we get in the 2000s now? Since we can talk about a decade that I was in.
Santa Claus wielded Thor's hammer in Endgame. It's true.
Well, something that came out in the 2000s that we can talk about, all three of the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies.
Holy
Oh!
crap. All three of them?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think the first one was in 1998 or 1999, but the other two were in the 2000s.
Cause
Yeah.
I know for
I
certain
think-
that thing did not. It didn't
I think
start in
Santa
the 2000s.
Claus 2 I'm about to look this up right now. I think Santa Claus 2 came out in like 2002, 2003, or 2004. I don't remember.
You know, people said Sega was always thinking about the future. But, this is one of the earliest Sega Saturn adverts. So, a console that came out in 1995.
Why is that a Google search suggestion? When did Tim Allen die? As far as I know, he's still alive.
Are you sure? I mean, he's playing Buzz this year, but are you sure it's him? When's the last time you see him in a movie that wasn't Toy Story? You think maybe Disney just owns the right to his person and his face?
Okay, so the original Santa Claus movie came out on November 11th, 1994. The
Oh,
Santa
wow.
Claus 2 came out November 1st, 2002. So I was right on the year the first time. That was the one I watched the most. And then Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause came out in 2006. So yes, it is in Cryo's lifetime that he's seen the
At
trilogy.
least two of them. And I
At
guess
least
you
two
could-
of them.
That's great.
I love how you act as if it's in my lifetime that I've seen them, as if I can't see anything before the year I was born.
Yeah, that's how that works. Duh. Jeez. You can't.
What's the PlayStation 2? I've never heard of it.
I've never heard.
Get out! Get out! We're through here.
Hey, Johnson, we're
No,
done
you
here.
said you said I can't see or know about anything before the year I was born. I wouldn't know what the PS2 is. I wouldn't know. Oh, jeez, oh, wow. I was gonna say I wouldn't know what 9/11 was.
I mean, you weren't technically. You were born in 2005, so.
3.
You wouldn't even know what that. 3. Never mind.
Oh man. It's so weird to talk to people who are like starting to become wise in their decisions, yet they've never went through 9/11.
I mean, you know, you don't have
Why
to have
would?
gone through
Why
it.
is that? Why is that
not to be a
mandatory for?
gatekeeper. I don't. in
Because
fact,
that
if you-
makes me feel like an old geezer, dude.
I guess.
To think
No,
that it's
when-
been almost
no, you
20
know
years
how-
since then.
You know how I can
Yeah.
somehow feel old at the ripe old age of 16 is when I think of the fact that Spider-Man 2, a movie that I have watched over and over and over again since like my early youth, is a 15-year-old movie? No, yes,
I remember when that
15-year-old
movie came out. It was so good back then. Now it's not. It's aged terribly.
I like Spider-Man 2 still.
So do I. It's
Dr.
not that
Ock.
bad.
It's pretty great. It's like, yeah, it's Dr. Ock, baby. Those are teeth.
Also, I still remember Spider-Man 2 for being the first Marvel Cinematic Universe before Disney did anything or Marvel.
It wasn't.
It was
It
wasn't
self-contained.
No. There was definitely a universe. There was
It
definitely
was
a universe. If you
but
remember,
it wasn't a Marvel universe.
no.
Sony's.
It was definitely a Marvel universe. You know why? Because there's a scene where
Dr. Peter Parker.
JJ.
Dr. Peter Parker at your
Where-
service.
Where JJ was talking about Doc Ock, and he's thinking about name suggestions, and he's like what is it, Dr. Insane. It's like, nah, it's like Dr. Octopus. It's like no, or whatever. It's like Doctor Strange. It's pretty good, but it's taken.
Well, that's not a cinematic universe so much as it's a reference to
It's
the
a
fact
nod.
that
It's a nod.
Doctor Strange exists in the universe. Well, I guess
Here's the thing: the original Spider-Man trilogy movies were not made by Marvel Studios. They had the Marvel Studios license to be able to make Spider-Man movies, but they were never made by Marvel Movie Studios. That studio wasn't created yet at that point in time. So the 3 original Spider-Man movies were made by a different company.
Yeah.
And it's in their self-contained universe. That's why
It
they redid they're redoing the Spider-Man movies now, because
Now
Spider-Man
they've done it
movies weren't
twice.
theirs. Which I guess would confuse people. It's understandable, but at the same time, it's like
We've had wait,
obvious.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 separate like film universe Spider-Man canons within this century.
We have.
Oh, weird.
But
Wait,
that's
that's
because the
impo-
Spider-Man movie license was so ridiculously dumb.
Crap. I just realized I wouldn't know what the original Spider-Man movie was, but yet I would know what Spider-Man 2 was.
It's good to realize at some point that you don't know anything. It's important for everyone to develop a knowledge that
Again,
they don't know
going
anything.
going based off of this whole age means you know things. Canon. I wouldn't ever know what Sonic Adventure 2 was. Any classic Sonic game. Let me think. Any Disney film before 2003, which would be really bad. I wouldn't know what Google was. The internet.
Even stuff that you're currently using, you wouldn't even know about. The internet. Well, then
Bro,
technically I wouldn't know what the
remember
internet was
when
either.
YouTube first started?
As a dating service, I barely remember that. That wasn't really on YouTube.
When YouTube first started, those were the days. I remember when I was a little kid, I would take my MP3 player. It was that little round pill-shaped one that you had to it had like a USB side to it, so you had to plug it into your computer. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I have one of those.
I don't know if I used the recording function on it, but I think I used the recording function on it. And the one that I remember the most was I recorded a metal remix of Red's theme. And that was back in like 2007, 2008 maybe, when I did that.
You know, anytime I think about, way back in 2007, 2008, it's like, yeah, that's not way back. And then you realize, oh yeah, that was 11 or 12 years ago.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy for me to think about, like, what my first ever video game console that I ever played was, which was the PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah.
Guys,
PlayStation 1.
Guys, I feel old.
You feel old. I'm 21 next month.
Oh, boy. I wish I was 21 next month. 20 freaking 8. I'm almost 30. I'm up here making Sonic the Hedgehog models and up late at night working on this crap. I'm nowhere.
Well, you know what? It's not helping for the fact that I'm almost 21 years old and I'm making Sonic music for you guys.
You know, I just realized that each one of us could represent a different generation right now.
Really now?
Like, right now, not like generation as in like baby boomers to like Gen Xers or whatever.
We're in the same generation as far as I know.
As far as I know, we all represent a different
you're
Sonic
Gen
play
Xer.
style.
Yeah, I'm not in your generation.
You're not a millennial. Get out of here.
Get out of here, you're not in with us.
You're not a real millennial. You may eat avocados on toast, but you weren't there when it was still stupid. to do that.
I'm sorry that I wasn't born before 1997, but
Apology
I
not
can't.
accepted.
I can't control that though.
You should have told your parents to wait. No.
I probably wasn't even a sperm cell at that point.
Yeah, probably not. The lifespan of a sperm cell is pretty short. We got this. Come on,
Think
eyes,
about
do
this
your
in
thing.
your head. Before your gender was truly revealed, you were originally a female.
Yeah, usually. And then it splits.
It's not that it splits, it then grows a little limb beneath your groin.
Oh, well, like my chromosomes decided whether or not my gender was female or male, but yeah, sure, no one could tell.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Y chromosome.
Thanks, Y chromosome. You're welcome.
You're the best!
It's like one of those little cartoon things, like what's it called?
Yeah, it's
Magic
just-
School Bus.
it's just-
Like,
Yeah, it's just like one of those commercials where it's like, thanks, Y chromosome. You're very welcome. Whoa, what the fuck?
why are you talking to me? Why are all of my chromosomes talking to me? Am I crazy?
I think
You're on the wrong kind of
something
drugs,
that literally
kid.
ever. This is
Oh,
one of those
man,
things that
cocaine
can
does
surpass.
do a lot to
This
you.
is something. This is something that can surpass the generational gap. Me and both of you can both laugh just as much about the Magic School Bus because it's a classic.
Very true. Just I will
Surfing
always
on
have some sort of
subways.
elitist opinion about it.
So,
I'm really an Arnold, you know.
Bro, what are you talking about? Dragon Tales was the stuff back then.
Dragon Tales, That's a newer one too. I like.
oh, Dragon Tales! I remember
Dragon
that.
Tales
I
is
remember
new.
that.
It was newer. I mean, I remember I was getting to the point where I wasn't watching kid shows anymore when that one came out. I think. still
I
watched
moved
it
on to Sonic
when I was a
X by
child.
that point in my life.
I don't think I ever watched Sonic X on TV. I've watched it on YouTube.
I have.
In 2009, I watched all the episodes.
Oh, you know what I
actually
did?
have
You know what I
watched
did?
A few episodes on TV when that what was it? Kid Pix or FedEx thing or whatever.
Oh,
But-
here's the
whatever it
great
was.
thing. Here's something that you
Jetpacks.
wouldn't get
Jetix.
because
Jetix.
you weren't.
Jetix.
Right.
All right, here's something that I did. My experience with Sonic X was that I watched it every Saturday morning, and I watched every episode
On the Fox box.
twice. No. CW4 Kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
'cause, like,
That's
'cause, like,
Jetix.
I got like a DVD in the mail, and it just had the first a few minutes of each of the shows that was on the Fox box or Fox block or whatever. A Saturday morning cartoon block where they were showing Sonic X and a bunch of other things and Cubics.
Cubics!
for everyone. Cubics.
You
I never
still
started
don't know
watching
what that show is.
It's a show about a robot. Durr.
I know what it is, but I still don't know what it is.
I haven't
I watched it
either.
I watched it every Saturday morning before Sonic X because Sonic X always aired at a prime time of 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's terrible. Terrible planning. You didn't want watching it.
Wait, a YouTuber was banned from the site and sentenced to prison. Holy crap.
Wait, what happened?
I'm gonna look up the article.
Some YouTuber got in trouble for being a dum-dum? Oh, that's nothing new.
What else? What else is good about my generation that wasn't?
Here we go.
I don't know,
Oh.
nothing. I'm kidding. That's not fair.
My generation has some good points. When I was a
Filling
kid.
Oreo with toothpaste earns YouTuber prankster a jail sentence.
That's strange.
In Madrid, it was a humiliating video that fueled outrage on social media. A YouTube prankster filmed himself offering a homeless man in Barcelona an Oreo-filled cookie filled with toothpaste rather than cream. Now the prankster known as
Terrible.
Rise to his followers on YouTube, but whose real name is Kangua Ren has been handed a 15-month prison sentence and must pay 20,000 euros, or about $22,300 compensation to his victim.
Well, he's not going to be a homeless man anymore.
He was found guilty of violating the moral integrity of the homeless man. He is unlikely to serve any time behind bars, however, as Spanish law normally allows sentences under 2 years for first-time offenders and non-violent crimes to be suspended. The Barcelona court, in a verdict published on Friday in the Spanish news media, also ordered Mr. Ren's YouTube and other social media channels to be shut down for 5 years.
Jeez. Oh.
Mr. Ren, who was 19 at the time, filmed himself in early 2017 replacing the cream inside the cookies with toothpaste after being challenged by one of his 1.2 million followers to carry out the prank. He gave them to the homeless man outside a supermarket along with a 20 euro bill. The homeless man was identified only as, I'm going to keep his identity private just for his wishes, in his early 50s, who was born in Romania and who once worked as a shepherd before migrating to Barcelona, according to the newspaper El País, or El Pai. The homeless man vomited after eating the cookie. After the posting of the video prompted widespread condemnation.
I don't mean to laugh at that, but it's just like
you are such a millennial. Okay. After the posting
ironic.
of the video prompted widespread condemnation, Mr. Ren replaced it with one in which he visited the homeless man again and offered him another 20 euro bill. According to the police, he later offered 300 euros to the daughter of his victim in return for not filing a lawsuit. Well, look how that worked out.
Well,
in his defense, Mr. Ren said that the video was just a bad joke, for which he had later sought to make amends. I do things to mount a show. People like what is morbid, he told the court, according to new reports in the Spanish news media. He's not wrong. But the judge noted that Mr. Ren had earned more than 2,000 euros from advertising revenues generated by the video, one of several he filmed in response to various challenges received from his followers. This was not an isolated act, the judge, Rosa Aragonés, I think I said that wrong, concluded in a ruling. In other videos, Mr. Ren also displayed cruel behaviors toward easy or vulnerable victims, the ruling added. Mr. Ren was born in China, but has lived in Barcelona since childhood, according to Spanish news outlets. In the original video, which was later removed from YouTube, Mr. Ren acknowledged that he may have gone a bit far, but added that there was a positive side, saying, "This will help clean his teeth. I don't think he has cleaned them since he became poor." Wow.
That's not
wow.
That guy doesn't get it. Also, I was wondering, maybe that's... I don't know. At one point, I did picture Kylo Ren for a few seconds. If he hadn't become a YouTuber, and he would have gone around pranking people with toothpaste. And
honestly, at this point, like, the fact that I just shared a news article, and we're just talking about stories and whatnot, this is more of a podcast. This is a podcast.
Like, I am working on stuff.
Maybe that's why it makes such, for really good background noise while I'm drawing, because it's like, Rotalice, you could have a SoundCloud.
I probably should have a SoundCloud and just upload these there when I'm done. But of course, no one would really see what I'm doing.
What are you talking about, man? As long as you have youtube.com/talesmusic in your SoundCloud, or soundcloud.com/talesmusic/tracks, then you'll be able to get more followers.
I can't play your music
like
my stuff. It's your music. It's not.
I mean, this is a podcast.
If I literally tell you, hey, if you put my link in there, you're fine. You're fine.
I don't want.
This is an amazing.
No, I'm kidding.
This is an amazing podcast. You know, like, what is it? We go from one topic to another. This all started with what? Me and Mega joining in this chat talking about
Pokemon reproduction.
Oh no! It didn't
there.
start off.
It was something else.
Well, that's what it started for me.
Large Pokemon or something like that. You were coming in. You wanted to talk about your usual topic, but I said we're not doing that.
What? You mean the Gobble-Goo and the Gobble-Gee?
Yeah, mainly because it's like it ends almost immediately because there's nothing to talk about. It's just a bad
yeah. What
joke
the heck is a Gobble-Goo and a Gobble-Gee?
Stop asking.
Oh!
Okay, I'm gonna retract my statement immediately.
It's too late.
Luigi Man says, "I'll tune in to this every day. Any day of the day." Well, I'm glad.
Any day of the day.
I'm sure you meant any time of the day, which is thank you. I'm glad to know that I have at least one person who will watch this mess. There we go. There's an image.
So, the Gobble-Goo.
Oh gosh.
Here we go.
I'm gonna try and make this quick. 5 hours later. Okay.
Sheesh.
I have a wife and kids to feed. Hurry it up.
Well, I hope your wife and kids are ready to hear about the Gobble-Goo and the Gobble-Gee as long as they have parental consent.
They're not ready.
Let's see.
Your wife needs permission from her parents.
Serena, you're gonna have to walk away from this one, alright?
Serena.
Yeah, that No, as in Serena from Pokemon. Come on, my guy. What up?
Okay, fair.
But I'm not even joking when I say when I marry and have a kid, I want to have a daughter and actually name her Serena. Because it's just it's generally a beautiful name.
It is a nice name. I agree with that. Alright, so we've avoided the Gobble-Gee discussion.
No, so the Gobble-Goo. So the Gobble-Goo is essentially the mating call of me, Cryo, the Raichu that I am. It's a New York and exclusive thing where, because there are no girls in New York, and we have to find our love through different means, and these Goyles, the female New Yorker. So you decided to
go with the same sex.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
that's an interesting concept, considering that's not exactly it. It's that there are no girls in New York. They are Goyles, because New Yorkers can't know how to talk. That's terrible. That's really mean now that I think about it. Maybe we shouldn't go down this road, Cryo. Have you ever thought that maybe we might be culturally insensitive to the New Yorkians? That maybe some New Yorkers watching this podcast will go like, that doesn't represent my life experience at all. I don't eat mints.
Dude, New York literally represents every culture. You're fine.
Or are we? Are we?
I'm a New York.
Gonna offend everyone.
I'm a New York. I'm a New York. I'm a New Yorker. I don't care, so nobody cares.
Like, the thing about New York is so busy all the time, and with how many cultures are in New York, I would assume that they would either agree or they just wouldn't care about it, because it would be like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well,
and again, you have a New Yorker in this voice chat with you right now, and I don't care, so...
I'm fairly certain you don't speak for anybody. No, I'm kidding. No, you can say whatever else.
Not even yourself.
I was gonna say maybe half of yourself, maybe one half of your own personality you speak for, but I'm not entirely certain about that.
All right, so continuing onwards, the mating call of the New Yorker, me, basically the way this works is to attract a mate, a Goyle. You have to go out and search far and wide for the perfect bagel, and once you find that perfect bagel, you have to give it to, as Rotalice would say, the one who is to be your intended. And that way, in order to do this right, you have to find the Goyle that you were looking after, whatever, and then you need to give it to them and say, "Oh, Gobble-Goo," and if they respond with the Gobble-Gee, that's how you know you're together forever, and your hearts and destinies are entwined, and you'll never leave each other, and it's very romantic.
You're getting better. It doesn't take nearly as long as it used to, so thank you for that, it must, at least.
Now let's get into the gross details about what happens after that.
Oh no!
You know that this is a PG stream. You know that. I told you from the outset. Don't make me cancel your subscription to Netflix. I'll do it, boy.
You don't have access to my credit card.
Don't make me go to Pornhub customer support to report you.
Oh no! What? I'm not familiar. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, Rotalice isn't familiar now, is he?
I mean, no.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't know if there's a Pornhub support, but now I'm more inclined to find out if there is.
I'm pretty sure there is. Any place that charges you crap probably has customer support. And since you have
and then Tailsy goes, okay. And then Tailsy says, okay, I'm gonna go get a Pornhub premium subscription and see if this works.
Like
I don't have the money for that.
Who pays for pornographic materials.
I don't have the money for that.
No, you know what would be the greatest thing? If the customer support, if you call them if you call the number and it's just like one of those hotlines of like trying to find women in your area to hang out. It's like one of those things.
So how do I get in touch with your legal counsel? Oh, hold on just a minute. Hello, this is the legal counsel. And they're legit the legal counsel and everyone just does that. Yes, we'll provide the paperwork. Just a moment. Please stop.
Oh, other than doing the paperwork, what can I do for you today?
How can I pay for this? Oh, with
How can I assist you?
How can I be of service?
How did I not get this particular part of her nose? I'm mad.
How
right
can
now.
I make friends?
Texture paint. Let's.
We are going on borderline PG-13 now.
Yeah, we need to probably bring it back in.
Borderline PG-13.
I will say one thing that we can all relate to, even though Cryo's a millennial, you're 27 and I'm 21.
I'm not a millennial.
Yeah, you're a millennial. You were born after 2000. You're a millennial.
That's not what a millennial is.
Yeah, that is what a millennial is.
Isn't the millennial born between the years of
1985, and 1997.
Oh, so he's not a millennial. Gooble gob him, gooble gob him. Not one of us. That's how it goes, right?
Exactly.
We accept him. No, we don't. Get out of my house, you weird. That's
You're weird. You weirdo.
you weirdo.
Get out of my house!
Generation Z butt up out of my chat. Rotalice 2, you drink
I'm
water.
looking it up.
Rotalice 2,
Millennial.
wrong
you
with
drink water. I do drink water.
What is wrong with being a Generation Zer?
I don't know. I figure we need to start the animosity early though, so everyone knows. You know, between the Generation Z and the Generation Z and millennials. Just because for some reason the greatest generation, so-called, has some problem with us. They're like, oh, you guys are destroying everything. You're destroying poverty. We worked really hard on that. Whatever else. They hate about us. I think it's mainly because when you look down the road and you see the next generation coming up and you realize you were told all your life that you were the future and that you were going to make changes and you were going to do things. And then
comes in
any of that.
children.
And then your children know. Now they're the future. You're not the future anymore. Well, excuse you,
It's like, hey, wait. It's like, no. This is the way it works. You're told your whole life that you were going to be the future, and that's like, finally you become old enough to where it's like, finally, I can become the future. I am the future. I am in control of everything. And then that's when you have kids. And then instantly, your kids become the future. And then you have an undying hatred towards your own children, stealing your title away from you.
Hey.
That sounds almost too familiar.
Uh-oh.
It's been many years since I last spoke with him.
Oh no. But I'm a robot, Luigi man. Well, I am a robot, but technically I run on a hydrogen fuel cell which produces water. And then I take that water and through the process of electrolysis, I break it back down into hydrogen and oxygen and reuse it. I'm like it's not perpetual motion, I still need outside electricity, but that's how I function. I need water to function.
Well, I'm a two-tailed fox, so I'm supposed to live for like hundreds of more years to come, because apparently I'm called a kitsune.
This just in. Tailsy is a furry.
Tailsy is a kitsune. This just in. Kitsunes are now real because Tailsy says so. This just in.
Also, Tailsy, I'm not saying that you're a furry.
This just in, this joke is old.
Hey, Tailsy, I'm not calling you a furry because you like to consider yourself as an actual anthropomorphic character and like portray yourself that way through the internet, but because your profile picture is that of an anthropomorphic character.
Well, yeah, no crap.
I mean, according to
my name is Miles, and I go by Tails. At this point, and my personality is way too similar to Tails, so at this point, I'm pretty much close to it.
He is actually Tails. The real Tails isn't even close. There's gonna be a fight, and you know it. And you're gonna see it here first on the Rotalice Variable Productivity Podcast. You'll hear it, I guess.
Hey,
The
Rotalice,
VPP.
From
That
Carla,
just sounds really good.
Has anyone told you that you sound like Chris Evans?
I I sound like Chris Evans to you?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's directed towards you because it says you and this is your stream.
Has anyone ever told you sound like Chris Evans? Chris Evans. I can do this all day. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I've never heard that before. No one's ever suggested
That is America's ass.
That is America's ass.
Huh, too easy.
Ha! Too easy!
You should have tried harder.
You should have
tried!
You should have gone for the head.
I feel like Rotalice could be a good Thanos.
I don't think so, but thank you for that vote of confidence.
No. Oh, if Rotalice ever got like a British accent down correctly, like all the way, I feel like he could be a really good Thor. Chris Hemsworth Thor.
This is my voice.
Righto.
That's Chris Pratt, not Chris Hemsworth. You're thinking of the wrong Chris.
No, I'm thinking of how I would sound if I tried to be Chris Hemsworth. I'd be Chris Pratt, trying to pretend to be Chris Hemsworth. This is my voice. Great.
No, you know what I love?
This is my voice.
I love the moment. I love the moment where Star-Lord just decides what is it? Like sometimes in Infinity War he just goes from talking normally, and whenever he gets aggressive he just decides to do this like sort of thing with his voice.
Yeah,
if you notice that.
Oh,
goes
wow.
Oh wow, what are you responding to?
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, is that Owen Wilson?
Who do you what celebrity do you think I sound like?
I don't know. You don't sound like Gilbert Gottfried, perhaps.
You sound like a prepubescent child.
Oh no.
Well, hey, I'm not prepubescent though.
He is current pubescent child, I suppose.
I'm not even qualified to be here. I'm just here for the ice cream.
What voice is that you're doing right now?
What is that?
Wilson.
Okay, I was wondering
Where
about
the
that.
ice cream?
I don't know. Hey, you guys.
I don't know how to tell you this,
I don't know.
but your son's gonna live like for only 2 more
Hey.
months. But
Hey,
on the bright
guys.
side, we got some delicious ice cream in the cafeteria.
What is that?
Hey guys, I'm Jason Griffith.
That's not it. I don't even know where you're coming
You sound like you were going through a midlife crisis, but instead of it being a midlife crisis, it was a midlife what is it? A midlife lisp crisis.
from. Think about it. Just
Lisp.
give yourself a time.
Lisp.
Midlife lift. Blech. Also,
Li-
midlife
lisp.
crisis would be pretty bad for
No.
Kyle. That means he's only
No.
going to be 30.
Oh, that no 31 or no wait
32.
no 31
If you're 60.
no what yeah.
Think.
Stop.
Lisp.
looking left. I don't like the fact that her chin is doing that when she opens her mouth. She looks like a freaking T-Rex. You look like a T-Rex.
No, wisp with a W, even though it's like two V's stuck together, so it's really a double V.
pronounced whiff.
W. In French, a W is pronounced W, which would make more sense if V means V, because you know how English is a
Oh,
based
so
on
then
Romance language.
instead of saying wisp, it's W wisp.
Yeah, sure. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead.
W wisp.
I'm
Double
gonna go ahead and
wisp.
pretend that you don't exist for a few minutes, until you go. Get out of my brain. Get out of my head.
I'll never leave. I'm part of you.
I can't leave your brain because you're making a game about me.
Golly Moses, no. What
Golly
other shit-
Moses.
I didn't remember Golly being in the Bible with Moses.
He's not. He's a fan. He's a self-insert. Let's see here. We got these.
Oh, wow. Golly is with Moses, huh?
Got these teeth. Ah! You guys can't even see what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm.
I can see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing, Rotalice.
Yeah. Thank you.
What else is wrong with our? What else is wrong with us and our generation?
I don't know. Literally everything.
The fact that you still don't know the concept of comments.
What do you mean I don't know the concept of common sense?
I mean, you yourself probably do. The generation in general, that's debatable.
And generations typically, when they start out, are kind of dumb. I remember being stupid. I haven't discovered yet.
Are you calling me dumb?
Yeah.
I mean, if you assume it, then you believe to yourself in some portion of your brain that you are.
Like Woody said, if the boot fits. Say that again.
Boot fits.
If the boot
Fits.
She bites him. That's how that happens. Oh no! Look at her textures on around her head.
I could see Rotalice being a good Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
To infinity and beyond.
Yes. Yes. What's your name? Luigi Man. Yes, he was. Now, main character, I think. Let's see here. Had a pretty good arc.
I mean, like, what is it? Thinking about celebrities that we sound like, looking at the chat now, because the only thing that wasn't retracted recently was the Chris Evans quote.
Really?
I've said this a few times. I don't know if I've ever said this on stream, but I remember a long time ago, we talked about what celebrities we would look like if we were to compare ourselves to any possible celebrities out there. Me, Starlet, Rotalice, possibly some other people. Silver was definitely in there.
For Silver, I would say Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, I wonder why.
Alone.
He doesn't even sound like Benedict Cumberbatch when he
He
comes to the
sounds
accent.
nothing like.
That's
Like,
just me
what?
being the cultural
I mean,
insensitive
Nora!
doofus I am.
Well, no, I understand. I'm a little bit.
The famous person I look like is Dora the Explorer.
Jeez, alright then. Come on, Vamonos. Everybody, let's go. Something.
No, for real
I'm
though,
sorry.
like the famous actors that I would be closely related to are probably the spiritual fox ladies that you see in anime.
Okay.
What type of anime?
What kind
I've
of
only
famous
seen those.
actors are playing spirit fox ladies? Is my actual.
Oh, wait,
I
I
wouldn't
get
say
it.
actors,
Guys, I get it. Megan Fox. I see what you're trying to do.
No, you're an
She's
idiot.
not a spiritual.
I'm talking about the fact that I'm a fox.
Oh,
So
you're
I'm
in
relating-
character doing this. You're like, hey, I'm a fox, and then like, okay.
I'd say he most closely resembles Naruto. Uzumaki.
All right then.
Okay.
Naruto.
Okay, Sasuke.
Sasuke. My name is Sasuke.
Naruto.
My name is Sasuke.
My name is
I-
Sasuke
like-
Uchiha. I'm the Naruto. I'm gonna be a Hokage. That's how it goes, right?
Like,
Hokage? Where can I buy that?
It's Del Taco sells the Hokage. You know that.
Don't you mean it's Del Taco?
Oh. I do think that the two.
Del
Taco.
I wanted to think of.
Tickle.
I wanted to think of the celebrity that I looked the most like. I couldn't think of it at the time, but now, just like a week ago, I thought I look like a fusion of the lead singer of Nickelback and John Krasinski slammed together. Imagine that, and that's what I look like.
Dude, this isn't Pokemon Pokefusion time.
Okay, Fusion. Just realized, aren't you a robot? You didn't just realize that. I've always been a robot. You were talking about me being a robot earlier, Luigi Man. I remember that part of the conversation when I told you I run on water. Because I'm
gonna point
a
something
green
out really
technology.
quickly because this is actually extremely funny.
Oh.
At one point I think when I started watching this stream, you were at 142 subscribers. But now I look at your subscriber count, you're at 141. Someone unsubscribed while we were streaming.
Great.
Wow, what was it? Was it the Pokemon lovemaking, or was it the 2000s war terror stuff?
I don't know. I saw
I didn't mean
that
to get
it went
political
down
in the
by
chat there, but that's not political. That's just what's happening. is that I'm unhappy with the way the world is right now, and I wish it would stop, but I can't do anything about it. Okay. My
Like,
existential
no,
crisis
no,
is
we've all-
Great here. If you
No,
want
no,
to
no.
see someone with a better subscriber count, make sure to go on to youtube.com/TailsMusic with 162 subscribers and counting.
Oh, sorry, all these chats
Like-
about my brother. Alright, the infamous brother. Well, I'm not sorry. Well,
I forgot.
yeah, don't be
I forgot, Tailsy. Your brother has 70 alternative accounts.
not
But
about-
like,
talking about
I'm thinking.
Luigi, man.
I think the
Just in my chat.
I think the most politically, like, the most political we've ever gotten on stream was talking about how Infinity War talked about how it's always about, like, Infinity War is all about the right versus the left side of the political spectrum because of the Infinity Gauntlet.
We did say that? I
We
don't
did
remember
that.
that actually.
We actually talked about that on stream once
Was it a
because of
joke?
how
'Cause I don't even see
Yeah.
it. Doesn't even make sense.
yeah. That was definitely true. Because, like, in Infinity War, Thanos wears the gauntlet on his left hand.
Oh,
In Endgame, all the heroes wear the gauntlet on their right hand.
I see.
So it's like, and we said it's not that we are trying to make that. We're not trying to say that. Disney is.
Yeah, Disney, the sower of discord among the American people and throughout the entire world. Disney, they're the ones who benefit from all of this political strife that we're having, because more and more people will go to see movies because they just don't want to deal with people anymore.
Dude, Disney isn't thinking about that. They just want money.
I know. I was.
That's all it is.
What was your inspiration for making the Aladdin remake again?
We want
I
money.
like money.
I like the way money tastes. Wait, you eat it? Wait, you don't?
I like how
Good.
money feels when I rub it on my butt.
I use it to wipe myself after I use the restroom. I have so much of it, I don't know what to do anymore. I just like collecting it and then keeping it from other people. It gives me a sense of
Sometimes I burn it. Sometimes I paste it onto my wall. Sometimes I make stacks of it. Sometimes I make it out of kite.
kite. Make it out of a kite. You don't mean you make it into a kite?
No, make it out of a kite. I know what I said.
Alright, sure, I believe that.
Well, that's how you make money, ladies and gentlemen. Quite simple. All you gotta do is just rip shreds to a kite, and then you dye it green, and then you put George Washington's face with a beef brand, and then you're good to go.
A cattle brand, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And if you're anywhere else in the world, specifically Canada, this is how you make money. There's this little known board game called Monopoly.
Oh no. Stop it. That's pretty bad. Let's see here.
I'm just saying, Canadian money
Oh,
looks
that
like
reminds
Monopoly
me.
money.
Did you know that there's a Monopoly version called Monopoly for Millennials?
I've heard of
I
it.
wasn't. Look, I wasn't making a comment about Canada. Wow,
I'm looking it
Canada.
up right now.
Canada being about.
Because the slogan for it is so funny.
I was just trying to say that Canadian money looks like Monopoly money, but no, Rotalice had to go to a darker place.
What's wrong with
Where did I
that?
go? Where did I go?
I thought you were going into. I thought you were thinking about how, like, I was trying to say that all, like, Canada is all about trying to create your own monopoly.
No, that's not what I was thinking at all, actually. But, okay.
Come on, computer, go faster.
No, I'm perfectly happy where I am right now. Why do you always
I'm
want me
not.
Come
to
on.
change?
Come on, computer,
You got
go
some sort of,
faster.
Complex going on? Is that it?
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Tails. E.
See
Wow.
what I did there? Made a reference to your name. And look at how smart we are. We're a bunch of just smart dudes having a great old time.
Make sure to join the show. Maybe sit back, become part of the live studio audience on Rotalice's podcast. Link to the
I need to
SoundCloud, the
make some
YouTube channel.
step for these live streams. Monopoly.
Okay. So, since I'm the sidekick of these live streams, do you want me to do the intro for the podcast? Like, how do we want to do this? Talking to the lovely folks at home. This is a podcast
I
now.
don't know. I hadn't thought.
Hello,
about
everyone.
that. I'm not going
Hello, everybody here watching the podcast at home. Just a quick reminder: if you want to keep up to date with all things Rotalice 2, make sure to follow us on SoundCloud and Twitter, and go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell to make sure you are part of the Rotalice 2 squad, and make sure to also check out. Make sure to also be part of our Discord server. Link in the description in the YouTube channel. Really. SoundCloud, I don't know if that's got that, but we're new to this whole thing. SoundCloud's weird. Make sure to follow us everywhere, and make sure to have a good time. How are y'all doing at home? How are y'all doing?
You're asking
Here
now.
we go. Monopoly for millennials. Here's the slogan. Forget real estate. You can't afford it anyway.
Oh, jeez, right. Forget real estate. You can't afford it anyway. That's a great, not terrible, whatever. You know what?
Hard. You deserve a break from that rat race.
Jeez.
It has the Monopoly guy wearing glasses which almost look like Snapchat glasses. He's holding a Starbucks coffee mug, and he's taking a selfie.
Yeah.
Well, luckily for
we don't
me,
understand your audience.
I'm not a millennial, so that does not apply to me.
Or
You are millennial.
to intentionally misunderstand your audience on purpose. I don't think there's a better way to make people angry. Is to pretend.
No, you know what made me feel old? You know what makes me feel old? When I go over to like family's house and I see like my cousins and things like that are like 5 years old playing Fortnite, and I'm like, why? Stop it now, stop.
I've never
Stop.
played
No,
Fortnite.
no,
Fortnite
it's.
Like I see like my nephew going on like, okay, all right, nice, all right, you're watching like YouTube videos or whatever. I had TV, you have a smartphone.
Yeah. I didn't have a cell phone until I was like around your age, and then I didn't have
Same
my first
here.
smartphone until like 2009.
Yeah, again,
well, I
perfect.
didn't get my first smartphone until I was 15. I got my first cell phone. No, I didn't get my first smartphone until I was 17. Yeah,
I got my first smartphone when I was like 11.
I got my first cell phone when I was 13, and then I upgraded into another dud phone, pretty much.
Done like when I was,
And then
what
I
is
got a
it?
smartphone.
Yeah, and again, right here, example, like you got 5-year-olds again, like my nephew. They're growing up. They're less than like 3, and he's got a smartphone already.
I
don't
would give
understand
my
why-
daughter I would probably give my daughter a tablet when she is young.
Maybe a tablet. Yeah.
And then whenever she's 13, I would give her a phone.
I don't think I'm gonna give my kids anything. For the first 10 years of their life, we're gonna live in the freaking woods, away from the entire.
Alright, you robot.
I really feel like the Amish community has something going.
I think they have the right idea. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from everybody.
And then if my children ever want to go off and be part of like society, I'll just have to make sure that they go into exile and that they're never welcome back into their own home.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I would just make sure that it was an uncomfortable experience. And they had to walk to the
Like
city.
like that one YouTuber. What's his name? Mr. Ren?
Oh
What?
yeah, I would feed them Oreos with toothpaste in them because I'm a monster. I don't
And
like
say,
it.
hey,
I
he
hate
needed
our
his
house,
teeth
actually.
No,
brushed anyway.
No,
for
it's how to
us,
it's how to eat
She looks like she
cookies
has
and also
jowls.
brush. It's how to eat cookies and also brush your teeth at the
Is
same
that
time.
supposed to be rouge?
No, it's not supposed to be rouge. Does this look
That
like
is
rouge
not
in
rouge.
any way?
Yes.
It does not look like rouge.
I mean,
It's
well,
a bat. She's got tits.
Yeah,
Need I say more?
there are a lot of characters like that. They're not rouge. This isn't rouge.
I remember that just reminds me of a time talking with someone and they're like, all right, I'm gonna talk to this person. And I'm like, no, you can't talk to them, you don't know their phone number. And then they're just like, oh really, I know their phone number, okay, what is it? And then they say the area code and it's like, need I say more?
Never had heard that one. Also, I'm not really happy with the way her jaws. They make her look like she's really old and got like fat cheeks. It's not
I
right.
don't think that.
It's not what I want. What?
I don't see it.
So wait, you're saying she has fat cheeks? Rotalice, are you trying to say that this model is a little round, a little chunky,
Shut
a
your
little
mouth,
a
please.
little
Stop
a little
before you get started.
little
Stop before I kill
thick?
you. Oh god. Well, actually, I don't think there was a way to fix it. That's why it looks like that. No, I don't know. It's like, you know, the bottom of her jaw looks kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm. Oh gosh. Did I just do that? No.
I don't know. What did you do?
You don't know. If you don't know, then I'm not gonna tell you. It's a secret.
One of these days, I think we should do something really fun for a live stream, where the three of us share the live streaming screen, but we're all playing a Pokemon randomizer.
I'd be down for that.
I don't understand how I keep running into this problem. What's going on over there?
Since I know Cryo's
what
on
problem?
PC and then Rotalice is also on PC, yeah, I could send you the DS emulator files and then make a randomizer for Pokemon Soul Silver, say for example, and then just send you guys that ROM to play, and then we could play it on stream as like a competition.
I don't know how to play Pokemon.
No. Personally, I randomize Gen 3 more often. More fun to me.
If you randomize something like Platinum, then things get crazy. Like, I started playing my randomizer today as a Nuzlocke, and this is how funny things got. So my starters that I had to choose from were Tauros, Cloyster, and Kabuto.
Cloyster.
Of course, I chose Cloyster. Even though it was a female, I proceeded to nickname it Vagina Man.
How mature.
Rest in peace, Vagina Man.
This is one of the reasons
Vagina
why we're not
Man
gonna do
died
that.
on me.
Hey,
But-
Tailsy, that is a naughty word to say on this PG live stream.
Well, I mean,
Podcast.
everybody knows that Cloyster looks like Vagina Man. But anyways, so yeah, the one rule in
We know it,
Nuzlocke,
that doesn't
which is
mean
very
we say it.
important, is not only that if your Pokemon faints in a battle, you have to release it, but for every new route you go to, the first wild Pokemon encounter, you have to catch it.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the game, you don't get any Pokeballs until after you do the tutorial stuff and get it all out of the way. So the first encounter that I got was a Garchomp.
Garchomp.
Ha!
Sounds
Good luck
like
catching
which
that
is
thing.
the pseudo-legendary Pokemon of the region. I caught it.
he's just that.
And I proceeded to name her Sheila.
Sheila.
Sheila, why Sheila?
Because the person I was in the VC with told me to nickname it Sheila. And then in the next route, I caught a Grumpig and named it LaQuisha.
Oh, Lord.
I always call all my female Garchomps Big Mama or Mama Bear.
Well, that's a Sheila.
Well, now we have that information. Thank you very much for sharing that.
So, like, it's...
Needed to know.
So you don't know what to expect, and it's really, really fun. Like, I faced a youngster, okay? Like, a youngster trainer.
Uh-huh.
He had a Regigigas.
A Regifizame, you say? That's a
A
rare Pokemon.
Regigigas. Regigigas is the legendary continental Pokemon, my dude.
I was making a joke about Regifizame, I know.
But
Well,
sadly,
he
I must
was-
confess,
he's talking about the
Vagina
Pokemon
Man
that
has
created
died in
continents.
battle.
I'm sure he has. No one with a name like that really can win too many battles.
It was a she. It was female. It was a female Cloyster, and I proceeded to name it Vagina Man because I couldn't fit the W and the O.
Why didn't you just drop the man?
Well, then
Because then it would just be vagina.
That's kind of. That's too
It's
crass
funny.
even for
It's
him.
funnier if you make.
Is
it sound
that
like a
any better?
superhero. It's funnier if you make it sound like a superhero, like da 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 Vagina Man.
Well, I love how this is. Well, gynecologist. You could have just named it that. I love how we just ended about to end my stream. The last 6 minutes with this conversation. Thank you for that. Because this was gonna end at midnight, and I'm doing pretty well here. I'm just gonna bind the facial
Rotalice.
expressions. What?
Thinking about that name,
Oh
and Cloyster and Pokemon randomizers, do you want to talk more about Pokemon getting it on?
No, I don't.
God damn it!
Why in
No.
the world would I want to talk about Pokemon getting it on? If the purpose of that song was to express how little I wanted to
Cryo,
talk
do
about
I
it
have to
in the first-
DM you some of the?
Oh, wait.
that have
Rotalice,
surfaced up for the games?
Rotalice. Hold on.
What?
You said that the whole point of the song was to talk about why you don't want to talk about it, but yet.
Are you gonna pretend that my words were inaccurate? Perhaps? Are you gonna?
Yes, I am.
Well, see,
This is the
part of it-
changing the subject song. This is the changing the subject song.
Because part of it says, let's see, Pokemon. All right, because you can't get away from it now. You're a part of this now. No one can leave.
No.
Can't get away from me.
I'm gonna.
Can't get away from me.
Bueno says no.
Part of it is it can't get away from me. It's Pokemon time. Pokemon getting it on.
No.
I'm gonna need you to go to sleep. You're tired. That's what it is. That's what's happening right now, Cryo. You
You need to go to bed. You got school tomorrow.
got school tomorrow.
It's
Exactly.
right here, Rotalice.
You
got
act like
school
the
tomorrow,
lyrics
go to
matter.
bed.
You act like internal consistency is something that I'm worried about when I'm.
This is like whose line it is, anyways. The points don't matter.
The points never matter, except when we're talking about points, we're talking about arguments. I'm not going to stand by a single one of them. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to yell at you and make you feel miserable about who you are as a person. Alright.
Rotalice, here's the thing.
Oh, you don't
wanna
need
talk
to do that. I do that to myself every day.
Rotalice, you're upset about all my jokes and all my constant gobblegoos, Pokemon, blah blah blah. This is just the next stage of the thick joke. We ran the thick joke into the ground, and it's still there, but it's less prominent. So we had to have a new joke that replaced it.
Man, with all
And
the
now-
gibberish you just said there, it made me realize you are the closest thing to the evolution between an ape and a human.
Holy crap. I think
I hate you.
on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and call the stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to listen to us jabber on consistently, incessantly about
Great
stupid
podcast.
stuff. Thank you for
I'd say it
joining
was
the
quite.
Variable for the
I'd
TV
say you have to
podcast
have a
live stream.
very.
Cryo, shut up.
Need you to
Sorry,
stop
I'm just
trying
saying
to
you
talk
have to
over
have
me while I'm doing
a
my outro.
very high IQ to understand.
No, your IQ needs
You'd
to be
have to
about
have a very
12.
high IQ to shut up.
Thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you Cryogenic Gamer. Thank you TailZ. Thank you to Mega Lego Luigi EX and Alex
Luigi.
Gameplay for stopping by. Thank you for everyone in the chat for sticking with us for as long as you did. We always appreciate your feedback. I'm gonna get back into making making models and doing actual tutorial videos. Well, thank you, Luigi, for finding this entertaining. It means a lot. Any case, thanks all for stopping by. I've been Rotalice. You've been wonderful. And we'll see you probably tomorrow when we're going to do
Be
something
sure to
else.
follow me on my Mojang account.
Get him
Daily
out of here.
streams.
Not daily, probably, but like more frequent. I don't
Weekly.
want to put myself into a box or a corner here.
Follow
Well,
me
I've
on
been-
Minecraft
well-
on Mojang.com.
It's okay, guys. I've been Rotalice. You have been wonderful. Goodbye.
I'm going to mute you now, so you can't do that.
You are
I-
Rotalice and you got
I'm Rotalice. You're wonderful. Goodbye. Muting everybody else. Only you can hear me. Only me. And now you can't hear me anymore. I'm turning down my music, and we're going to do the outro. All right. Goodbye.